hello. Alrighty then. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have some really cool news. I finally finished a video that I've been working on forever. Very excited about that. Boom. You just run one of these bad boys. Boom. Like this. Fantastic. Okay. Playing Prez all day today. Probably, depending on who I can find. Let's see what keys are around first, and then I might decide to play Prez all day today. We're gonna find out, but I'm pretty sure I'm playing Prez. Because I would like to play it. It does feel a little weird because I know that beta's coming out soon, but I just really enjoyed it yesterday. I had way more fun playing Prez than I did for literally anything else. So it was weird, just because I was like, oh, okay, well, let's play Prez. Yo, I finished the video. I finished part 1 of the tanking masterclass. Very exciting. It is uploading as we speak right now. I'm like giga hyped about it because I've been meaning to do that for a very long time. I am really excited about that. Cool. Now I'm gonna need somebody to help. I gotta learn how to make commands. Yo, good morning, Blood Bottler. How's it going? Long time no see, actually. I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. I have not seen you in a bit. Right, let me just make sure everything is ready here and set up. Everything should be ready. Did I remember to change the name of my YouTube live? Wait, did I do that? Maybe not. I might have forgotten. That would be a small, oh well. It is what it is. True, been working all lately. Hey, all night, how's it going? All good on my side, how are you? Well, I moved into a new house, so I've been a little stressed, you know, normal stuff. I've been a bit stressed, just a lot going on, a lot of unpacking, but most importantly, Budwaddler, I officially made something I've been wanting to make for a very long time. Hey, Noob, can you message me on Discord how to add command to Twitch? I need to add a Twitch command, but I honestly always forget how to do it. So could you message me real fast? Just like the actual command for it. How to do command. Do. Yeah, that's what I would like. Because I've been meaning to make something, like, I'm really excited about this. Anyways, what I was saying, Blood Baller, is there's this video I've been meaning to make for tanking. Because since I started streaming and since I started actually making content, I've noticed that there's a few questions that everybody asks about tanking. And there's a few things that fundamentally people just get wrong. And I was like, man, if I could just buckle down and actually record the content, I could answer all these questions. In particular, like how to understand gathering, how to understand mob behavior, how to understand like the differences of why sometimes pulls go well and sometimes why they go very, very wrong. I was like, I could do this, but it's going to require a fair bit of effort. And I was like, I haven't really felt like putting in that effort until recently. And then just recently, I was like, okay. I finally moved. I had some time. Bam. Boom. And now it's done. Whoops, there's an extra bolter in here. Cool thing about Prez is I can technically heal, but there is definitely an extra bolter. Because I was not supposed to take damage there. There's 2 extra bolters. Oh, no. So here's the thing. I wanted to make, like, Patreon content. So I saw the clip. She's a little chonky and she knows it, but she did not appreciate that. Tried some tanking yesterday. This is the type of video you need to watch. This is like as a beginner, it's going to help you learn how to tank. As an intermediate tank, it's going to help you learn how to tank. As an advanced tank, you might learn a thing or two. There's a bunch of information compiled now. Tomorrow, early access on YouTube if you want to watch it. You have to be a member on YouTube to watch it. And then on Patreon, there's going to be like a really extended masterclass version. So if you're interested in the Patreon content, then you'll have to be a member there. But it'll be the 10-minute version will be on YouTube tomorrow for everyone. I kind of am like torn a little bit because I want the content to be accessible to everyone, Bob Baller, but also if I'm going to be spending as much time, because I spent like a few hours on it, if I'm going to be spending as much time making content, then I also have to try to make money from it. So I figured, okay, what I'll do is basically I'll have like extended versions of the videos that I make on Patreon and on like YouTube membership. That was my plan. That was my plan. I have to like remember how to play Prez as I play it today. It's weird. Feels weird almost. Can I just send you? It's like not that pricey. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. There's going to be, if you want the whole masterclass version, I think there's a way for me to put it. This is my first Patreon video ever, so guys, I'm still learning, by the way. But basically, as far as I understand it, there will be a way for me to put that, like there's like a one-time fee if you want to pay it. It doesn't have to be that pricey. But I did work very hard on the video. It shows everything from Prot Pally, Prot Warrior, Demon Hunter, and Bear Tank, as well as explaining, like I said, the differences between mob positioning and behavior. Kyle, I think I'll hold firm to my guns on this one. And I can't just like give out the whole version, because otherwise it kind of defeats the purpose of me making the whole version. But should be uploaded now. Hold up. Let me check. I logged into this key way too fast. I was supposed to do more prep stuff, to be honest, and I didn't. I was totally supposed to do more prep things before stream, and I got like really excited to play Prez. I found the key, and I was like, send it. My bad. I got excited. It is pretty exciting. This boss should be pretty easy to heal on Prez, question mark. Oops, but I already messed up. Hold on, let me focus for a little bit though. Kyle, maybe if you... I'll work something out. I could send you the version. Sure, we'll work something out. I really don't like part of me, it's so weird because I know that I have to. Like, I get that I have to, right? But at the same time, I really don't like locking things behind a paywall. It kind of doesn't sit right with me, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but I worked really hard on this, so I totally should. Like, it's the right thing to do for me, but it does feel a little weird. So probably if you just ask me really nicely, I'll consider it. I am that sort of person where I'll just be like, no, you know what? You make a great point, sure. I bet you Prez is really good at healing this boss at a high level. There's only a 14, but I'm not geared. I want to gear this healer. It'd be super fun. Hey, Malton. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, Kyle. You know what? Sure. Honestly, yes. Sure. There is... you message me on Discord about it. Boom, boom, boom. Wonder how this actually, like, how much this really does hurt or not. I'm just gonna pick some of my frogs in exchange. To be honest, that's like a relatively okay deal. It's a relatively okay deal because I do like frogs. One of my favorite things about moving to a house in Thailand is that we have frogs outside. That is legit one of my favorite things about moving here. Is that I get to kind of go frog hunting. Not like hunting. Oh, I got clipped by that. That's actually pretty impressive I got clipped by that. I thought I could hover through. I'll send dog pics too. It's weird. It's definitely a weird balance, Kyle. Because, so here's the main thing. I want to make more content for stuff. Like, I actually enjoy it, but it takes a lot of time. So, because I'm not good at making content and I don't really know how to video edit and stuff, Basically, if I want to make like a proper video and I don't just clip it from stream, to be honest, it takes me several hours. Even though it probably shouldn't, because I record everything in one take and I just send it. And very rarely do I have to re-record because it's just like bam, 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 like I got it, right? However, it takes me quite some time to make it. So that's actually the biggest barrier for me, like for making more stuff, is simply the fact that it takes a long time to make. That's it though. Does that make sense? So if I was going to actually buckle down and make the content, then I would have to somehow find a way to make money from it. Because then I would be like, oh, okay, that is productive. Then I can like justify the amounts of time that I spend on it. But otherwise, I kind of can't do that. You know what I mean? It's like it's simultaneously a passion project, but also we live in modern society. So like it kind of needs to be a passion lucrative project. It needs to be like both of those things. Make sense? Ongoing battle. Boop, 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 boom. You know, I miss healing on Prez, and I'm kind of glad that I've decided to play it a little bit. I think it'll be a super fun project, and I wonder if people will invite me to their Rezilki so I get to heal, like, challenging content. It might take me a few reps to learn, like if this was going to be on a 17 or something. I don't have any reps this season, so I probably have to learn a little bit about how to send, like where to send my lifeline windows and stuff, but this healer is very powerful right now. Like in terms of power level, it feels great. So I know it would be capable of healing anything that it needs to heal. And it does pretty massive damage too. I could totally see this being a lot more fun with 20 more item levels. Mr. Blood Bottler, are you still there? Malden, what are you up to today? Yes, you are. You said you tried to tank keys the other day and it didn't go well. What went wrong about it? Was that you who said that earlier? I already got distracted. My brain from moving, although I am happy and exciting, I'm just like, oh man, you know? No, Kyle, you're good, you're good, you're good. It's more an internal. You're fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Am I playing that trinket? Oh, I am playing that trinket. Oh, I have the wrong trinket on. You're good, you're good, you're good. Did it show your sub? Where? Oh, did you just... Oh, no, I don't have it enabled right now. I'll have to... Wait. I'm in the middle of a key. No, I'm going to have to come up with a notification. On Patreon? Ooh, Prez today? Yeah. I enjoyed it so much yesterday. And I was like, I forgot how fun of a challenge this healer is. And that you actually have to do this, though. No, on stream? Did you just sub on stream? No, I didn't see a sub. Did you? I didn't see anything come up. I played Pally for the first time besides, and Lemix had a few aggro losses. Did they nerf tanks in Lemix? Because I remember it being like, they were like crazy OP to start, and everybody wanted to actually play this, like play tank for once. Because they were so powerful. But I thought they nerfed them after that because people, like tanks were topping DPS. Still OP. That was like the main thing that made me want to play Lemix, because honestly, they should make tanks OP. That sounds great. On stream? Kyle, I don't see any notification. But if you did, thank you. That's so weird. That's really weird. I think... I don't see a notification, but I see that you went from not having a sub badge to having a sub badge. Wait, that's super weird. Flex, are you in here? You're a mod. Flex, can I ask you a question? Do you see that Kyle just subbed? Wait, is that showing up for you? You do have a raccoon now, and you get to choose your raccoon as long as you're subbed. Wait a second. That's super strange, because I see that actually, but I don't see it. Oh, it's a lustful. That's so weird. That is really weird. Well, sorry the notification didn't come up. Kyle, thank you for subbing. I will send you, because what I can do is I can upload probably like the whole version for, and give a custom link to it. That makes sense. I probably should have something like that. Whoa. Was that on me? I don't think that orb was on me. That was a little bit too close to the team. Oh, because we're moving the mini boss 2 back. Focusing. Focusing. That one's on me. Focusing. Life Bind, Spirit Bloom. We pulled the attendant. Wait, what does this guy do, though? It's just a... Yeah, pretty much, Kyle. What does this guy do again? I haven't pulled him in forever. I don't actually really remember what this guy does. He, like, pulls you in or something? Yeah, basically, Patreon is just a... I mean, I'm brand new to it. I made it, like, just a few days ago. So, I don't actually know. I'm still not really sure about it. It's like, how would you describe Patreon? Has anyone here used Patreon before? This guy's the Tacky Nova. Entwining threads. He, like, pulls somebody in. I mean, he's not that bad, I guess. Oh, the Silken Shell. There you go. Yeah, I vaguely remember him accidentally pulling, though. Okay, so you've used it for something before. You basically just... It's kind of like you just sub up. Do people live stream on it? I was actually thinking that I could do exclusive Patreon live streams. Like, there's probably less of a barrier for content. As far as I know, Flex, there's less of, like, censorship, and you can kind of stream whatever. Sort of. Maybe not, like, whatever, but it's a little bit more like that. I would need to actually look it up. Is the obvious stuff. Right, well, I mean, not like anything too crazy. Yeah, not anything too crazy. But people have asked before, and that's like, I'm not against it. It's just I would never do it on Twitch and stuff. What about like Thailand Red Light District? What about that? Would I be able to... What about something like that? It's not explicit. That one is a maybe. Oh, okay. So maybe not that one. Gotcha. I have some cool ideas. But they'll come over time. Honestly, it'll take me about maybe another little bit to recover properly from stuff, though. But it's tiers. Right. So I have 2 tiers right now. My plan was to make 2 tiers. One of the tiers is going to be just like... Wait, hold up. The tank didn't actually come here. I followed my team. Tank's going to die. Wait. Everybody went here, and the other tank... Where are we going? I don't even know where he is. Wait, where did the tank go? Oh, he's here. Okay, I got him. Wait, where is he? Wait, where is he? Here? I actually don't know where the tank is. Where'd he die? Oh, did he land early? I think he demounted early, though. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Also, my Prez needs gear, man. I don't know what this trinket is. If my Prez... Was he pulling this? Hey, DN. DN, yo, the tank. I made the tanking masterclass. It is now out. Oh, we're pulling this. That's what we're doing. Okay. Understood. My brain is still a little kerfuffled. It will be kerfuffled for a while. Omega Corey, question for you. Have you ever moved houses before? This is going to be an absolutely terrible pull. You ever moved houses before? It's so stressful. This is going to be a crazy pull. What the hell? I don't think the tank, he doesn't... This is like an unacceptable pull. This is like the most ridiculous, unacceptable pull. I can save it, but goddamn, I have to use actually everything before the boss. Oh, there's 3 casts on me. I almost had the communion. This pull is so giga banned. Holy. I have to get a life bind off. Hi, Zan. These are the most giga banned ritualist 4 quadruple casters. Ah! Holy. Hi, Beast. How's it going? Zan, I'm really excited. You want to know why? I officially finally made my first ever proper Patreon. It was a season 1 poll when season 1 did not have the ritualist in this area. If I had like 10 or 20 more item level, it would have been fine. Yep. But I'm super excited, Zan. I want to make like proper, like honestly, it's the best content I've ever made. I worked harder on that video than I've ever worked on a video, except maybe like the tier list from early in the season. You can't see the video yet. Let me go ahead and check right after this, because I'll double check that. I will check it after this. First, we got to get through this boss. It is still a 14. A Prez Evoker. Yep, Prez Evoker was my old main. I haven't played it a lot this season, so he's really behind, but I used to main this healer. When I first started streaming a long time ago, Beastmaster, like many, many, many moons ago, this was my favorite healer. And it was the only thing I played, legit. Where is my rogue? I'll have time to get the Spirit Bloom off. Okay, I fix it after. I still like Prez, but Prez is one of those you work really hard for technically not a lot of gain. Like, because Resto Druid and Resto Shaman and stuff is so good right now, there's not technically a lot of reason to play the Prez. But yeah, he's awesome. Okay, so I don't have Communion here, which is what I would normally have. What we do is we prep hots. And we're going to Zephyr and Rewinds. Probably. Nope, no need for the Rewind. Zephyr and Healing carries it. Enjoying that I could play Warrior in these higher keys? Yeah, I saw that, Zan. Congratulations. Who are you playing with right now? Are you playing with like attached in people, or like who are you gaming with at the moment though? I saw that you had like IO, like you were actually doing keys, which is good because you're one of those people that I actually often quote. Like, literally, I quote, if there are some people who are so good at the game, who just do, like, massive damage and such, but don't always put the time in per season, and therefore you can't judge based off of IO. You know what I mean? Beastmaster, do you play Prez? I'll just tip this, it doesn't matter. All good. Nope, there was no more ticks there. All fine. Thing with the Prez Rogue is taught me positioning. I've learned because I used to play Prez a lot and I pugged all my keys to a pretty high level. I learned you just full send positioning. Positioning almost doesn't even matter. Like I can rescue somebody if I need to, and I can make a plan for anything. So it's luckily not too bad. Now that cast right there will be a problem, and I'll have to rewind this because all those casts are about to go off. We don't have percentage. Unless we're going to pull after boss. We need to pull a pack during the boss then. Where's he going? Hold up. The tank is trying to go somewhere, but I don't know where. I'm following the tank, okay? Okay. Now we can do after the boss. I went back to my hunter. Your name is Beast. Your name would suggest that you'd be a good hunter. To be fair... Let's external this one, whoever gets it, pretty much. Your name does suggest you would be a pretty good hunter. Prez Evoker made me think about all the pulls. Prez Evoker is just it's a healer that reminds me of a tank. Actually, one of the weird things about Prez is that it makes me feel I play Prez the way that I play tank, which I think is super cool and super fascinating. As in... let me put it this way. You have to make a plan for everything. You can't YOLO send. You have to have like, oh, hey, this is going to happen here. I have to prep in advance and know what's going to happen. And I basically have to hit the buttons before it occurs. And if you can do that, you can play Prez. That is the thing that a lot of people tend to struggle with on Prez, is they go, but I wanted to respond to the damage or whatever. But actually, you have to prep for it. But that's how you tank. So that's tanking right there. Because when you tanking, you can't like wait for the tank buster and then respond afterward. You have to use your defensive before the tank buster, right? So it's actually, that's why I feel like it plays kind of similar to a tank. I'll probably communion the first one. Get through it here. Let's just communion this now. You got that bomb? Cool. Sounds good to me. I can get a Spirit Bloom off here, and then we'll go here, though. Yeah, that's why an easier time switching from your Prez to your bear. Yeah, it's one of the things that people don't really think about, but to be fair, it is an actual facet of Prez. I was supposed to be a bear this whole time. It is the healer that plays the most like a tank. I really feel like that, at least. Because technically, there's like nothing you can't just raw out heal on Prez if you prep perfectly. And as a tank, you think the same way. So as a bear, I think, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Bark Skin now, and then I'll save Rage of the Sleeper, because I might need Rage of the Sleeper in 10 seconds. And then after that expires in 6 seconds, I'm going to hit my Survival Instincts. And then after this, I'm going to go, you know what I mean? My far, but I try my best. You know, honestly, Beastmaster, I think that one of the things that we've lost in World of Warcraft is just the ability to have fun with the game. What pack? 2 pack now. Yeah, where are we going? Where are we going? Where is he going? Where is he? He's pinging something, but I don't know where. Where? They all went to boss. Okay. They don't know how to do. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So actually, Big Mama, though, Big Mama's a great example of this, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, though. I went from 3K to 3 by macroing shield block to shield slam. Little things like that, though, do make a big difference. There's also, like, in the masterclass video, Kyle, I talk about what you can and cannot macro. There's a few things that you can. I didn't go over rotation. So basically, there's a few things that I didn't quite get to go over. But effectively, I went over almost everything that you're going to need to know as a tank. The main thing in particular I didn't go over was each particular spec's rotation, because that'll be an individual video where it's like, hey, for Prot Paladin, this is what I'm going to think about. For this is what I'm going to think about, etc. Are you struggling with Big Mama on a bear? Bear's pretty good at it, although the other day, Exide offered me a 20, and I was thinking about how I would possibly heal on a 20, and I was realizing maybe I would struggle on like a plus 20. Macroing pet attacks, yes, that's also very true. Hunter needs to do that, though. Hunter in particular, you lose a lot of damage because you have a 0.5 second delay between all your pet abilities, so all pet abilities need to be macroed as a Hunter. Correct. Have to time your defensives right. You have to have a plan for it. Yes. I think that Big Mama on a 20 would be kind of fun to try to tank. I wonder if I would have an easier time or a hard time doing that. Because I'm pretty sure you die through just Lunar Bane or Rage. So you would have to go Rage plus Lunar, or Barkskin would be enough with a very well-timed Frenzied Regen or something. That would be fun. I wish, part of me wants to challenge myself this season because I learned the dungeons to that extent. But honestly, Valkyrie, can I tell you, like, in my opinion, right? I feel like we over-validate score way too much in this game. And as the seasons have progressed and as the game has continued, we've placed more and more emphasis on IO, which is not inherently a bad thing like that, though. Oh, my God. I got this. Hold up. Panic healing. Panic healing. They thought the boss was dead already. The boss was, in fact, not dead. But I think that's a way to fix WoW would be to kind of place the emphasis back on having fun. Like the emphasis of WoW should be on having fun, not on like super hardcore score and gameplay. The score is the friends we made along the way. It's the fun we had along the way. It's okay, I healed it. Rewind went hard there. It's like, it's not just the friends, it's the fun. Like sometimes it's just fun to play the game. Like, you remember when we used to log on to WoW and our goal was like, how can I have fun today? I swear we just don't think like that anymore. That's just like not in the vocabulary of WoW players. We're always thinking now, how can I min-max? How can I make my time as efficient as possible, etc., etc. And I think that's a little bit of a shame. 70 points. Nice. GG's. Whew, yeah. That was a weird route. That was a strange route. May I recommend a route, by the way, for future? But do I have fun playing the game? Not when I'm in Dorn waiting. Exactly. That is, again, most of the reason that I have these conversations, Malden. Okay. Also remember, not everybody wants advice. Sometimes I offer. I just want to point this out. Occasionally I offer, and that's okay. I will totally let it go. You don't worry about that. If you offer and they just, nope, that's cool. You let it go. All good. All good. Fair enough. It's all good. No problem. But you just, nah, fair enough. It's all good. That's funny. No. For me, one of the reasons I want to have so many conversations about WoW is specifically because I want to address the whole we don't get to play the game situation. You know? Like, that's why I want to do it. Well, yeah, it's crazy damage, though. Me neither. Up to you. All right, let me check, Dian. You said that it didn't upload to Patreon. Your file is processing. Okay, wait, here it goes. All right. Publish. Got it. All right, here we go. Now the post should be published on Patreon. This very first 3K. I'm trying to go for Resil 13, and I've genuinely enjoyed it simply because who I'm running your keys with. Do you get to play with, like, Caleb and the crew? Share in public post. Here we go. Okay. DN, can you tell me if I did this correctly? I literally have no idea if I actually did that correctly or not. Kyle, let me figure out how to get this to you. Even today, I had to pug my prio. Good thing we timed it, even with 4S. Gorian Hendricks. I've yet to run a key with Caleb. Gotcha. But you got to play with cool people. I think that WoW inherently is a social game, and it is supposed to be a social game. Like, that is the point of WoW. You're supposed to have fun with it, and I do think that is often forgotten. Sometimes not everybody enjoys being super social. Like, I know that I don't really enjoy keys as much if I have to be in Discord. In particular, like, I'm not a Discord enjoyer. I don't like... Yes. My lizard is waking up. I'm not like a huge... I don't like being in Discord, having to talk to people all day, because I find that that makes me tired. Like, I get burnt out kind of fast if I have to do that. So I'm not like a Discord enjoyer, but I do think that playing the game with people where when you make a mistake, you just go, ha, 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 that's funny. Like, do you know what I mean? Just like that, though. But it looks clean. Okay, but it did upload? Fantastic. That's super cool. I want to upload it, so... Let me just make sure that it worked out okay. We created a crypt for you. Okay, cool. DN, was that you? Did you become a channel supporter on Patreon? I tested the video yesterday. Your video took longer to process than usual. Okay, see details. Looks like it worked. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna check that worked because I've just set it up. I really have so many cool video ideas of just videos that are gonna take me some time, but if it can be worth it, then like I'm super excited though. The mistakes where I laughed the most. There was a guild that I was in, Beastmaster, and I enjoyed raiding with them the first time. When we first raided together, it was like I remember at one point, we had a hunter who disengaged off the edge. And I was like, and you know what happened when we did that? It was like early Mythic prog. And we just had a hunter. He was here, and he didn't realize on the platform. He went boop, and then he fell. And it was hilarious. And it was like, haha, we all laughed about it. We clipped it. We all laughed about it. It was funny. But then I've been in guilds as well where that same scenario happens, and people go, I can't believe you're costing us valuable time. Don't ever do that again. If you're not serious about your gameplay, don't be here. And I was like, okay, that's fair. A lot of guilds have that mentality. It's not for me, though. Not for me. No, I should like imagine. Yeah, I know. That's my personal, like, I try to enjoy the game. I have way too much else going on with my life. If I wasn't going to enjoy, if this game wasn't fun for me, then I don't know why I'd be playing it. Okay, what do we think about this image? How to tank. Let me see. I was looking at this. Brothers are kind of looking into Warrior, Hunter, and... No, I mean, those are good specs. But yeah, exactly. You log in to have fun, not get yelled at. That... So recently, Beastmaster, I started making content on the other things. On my towns for Prez. Yeah, this is what I was running right now. I'll take a look at it and see if I actually prefer anything else. Probably, like, I don't know if I keep running double TD, if I run call again. I'm not super sure. Not 1,000%. I think people are also running, like, not running font. I've heard Kig talk about not running font, but I'm not sure about that. Any spec in WoW works. I think there's because watching other hunters, I get it. No, but see, the thing is for me, how long have you been playing WoW for a Beastmaster? Like Valkyrie, how long have you been playing WoW for? That's my question. About how long have you been playing WoW? Do you remember why you started? I remember why I started WoW. Right, so since Dragonfly Season 3, that's actually recent. That's a pretty recent, you're like a recent addition to the game. Okay. What got you into WoW? Dragonflight Season 3 was not that long ago. What got you into WoW? I was about to say most people have been playing WoW for like 15 years or like 20 years, you know? Ooh, another evoker. Let's do it. 13 years, your wife got you into this? Wait, what? Wait, Mr. Bottler, no way. Your wife got you into WoW? And now... No, that's awesome. Hey, Meeks. How's it going? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm tired. My brain is completely kerfuddled. Like, I realize that there's so much I want to say, but I sometimes have this problem where I have so many thoughts in my head, but they don't come out of my mouth. That, honestly, it's been like, because I moved, and I've been doing really well, extremely well, but I didn't cancel any of my work, so I still had all my work, so I've been really busy. There's still a bunch of boxes that I need to unpack, and it's kind of just like, whoa, man, you know? There's just a lot going on right now. That's all good stuff. Like, I'm happy about it. Like, genuinely, very happy about it. But I think that my soul and my mind is going to take about a week, probably. Like, I think it'll take me, give or take, an entire week to readjust, focus, and get all my energy back. Because right now I still can't think properly. Call me into classic nice high store retail, and the rest is kind of history. Fair enough. It's cool you found it like that. Yeah, I think that my brain is just gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna take a while. Yeah, maybe a whole month. I think that a week is me being a little bit hasty. All I can say is that it's hard to explain it to somebody who doesn't have any sort of mental health issues. Like, there are some people who just wake up in the morning meeks and they're like, oh, I have plenty of energy for my day. And it's like, I don't know how that works, but that sounds really cool, and I'm a little jealous. You know what I mean? But there are some people who do that. For me, I still want to play WoW. Like, I still want to do what I want to do. But for a while, if you say, hey, what's the meaning to life? I'm going to be like, there's like a towel. There's like this other weird, the answer to your question, the more, when I think about the question, when I think about you know what I mean? That's it. Like, that's all. Like, my brain just can't come out with an answer. So it's going to be really chill streams for a bit until I can properly adjust. But I'm getting my Prez Evoker back, so that's cool. Exactly. It's just very autopilot type brain. Exactly. That's all it is. Yeah. And I think I just accept it. But I will say, Meeks, I'm super excited. I've been meaning to make this for a while, and I told myself that it would actually be my priority for a bit. I need to external this guy because he's about to die. Yep. You didn't see that cast on him. He didn't use his cooldowns yet, so it should be fine. Do you want autopilot gameplay? No, so the thing is, I have to be entertained. I'm really bad at being bored. In particular, I cannot be bored. It's the one thing that I'm just not allowed to be. Under no circumstances can I be bored, because that's when I get into trouble. Like, I'll make fundamental life mistakes when I'm bored. I won't make them elsewhere. It's just when I'm bored. You know what I mean? So it has to be entertaining and engaging. Like, playing my Prez, one of the reasons I like playing my Prez is because it's hard to play. Like, it's actually a difficult healer. It's not easy to play Prez. But that's why I'm enjoying it right now. Like, I'm having a good time because that external was on point. Because I just saved that. Where's my landslide? I think I have it spec'd right now, but I don't know where it is on my bars. So I think that for me, it can't be too autopilot. If it's a true ARPG, then I'm going to be like, ooh. But I've also learned in my life that it is okay, in fact, to not be okay. Like, I've learned in general that, like, it's better to just let myself feel things. So if I'm going to be a little out of it, then just be out of it. And if stream is a little weird because of that, whoa, where are we going? Whoa, why do tanks in low keys have the weirdest routes? What is this? Since when have you seen this? I'm all right to experiment. I'm just... Since when? This is old Shadowlands. I mean, there was a route back in the day that you would go... Yeah, you would go right, but you would pull a lot more. What is that? What is this extra? Okay. No problem. Oh, all good. No problem. Yep. The old double Destro Lock Survival Hunter. Ancient technology, indeed. Indeed. MDI, more teams are going right. Did they actually go right in any of the MDIs? The most recent one, Dal? Did they? I thought, at least I haven't seen Cup C yet. So in Cup A and B, everyone went left. And I'm just still waiting for Cup D. Oh, yeah, this is the old Shadowlands thing. This is definitely, like, this route right here, this is the Shadowlands route. This is the straight up. I mean, you could do this. There's no real reason you couldn't do it. I don't think this area is particularly terrible anyways. I guess, I mean, the bolts are pretty rough. Dal, I hope you've been enjoying your bear and keys and stuff. Do we have percentage? But do we have percentage? Like, that's second. I don't mind playing an extra giant, but this is gonna, because we still have to take this pack. Like, we're not skipping much. I don't think playing the right pack with the time loss is worth. All you do is you skip those two. I don't think so. I feel like that second pull is probably still better, but it's ultimately not going to be that different either way. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Even with the efficiency loss of having to, like, have extra travel time, I'm uncertain. It's probably not that big of a difference either way. Ultimately, it won't be that big of a difference. Don't I have this spec? Oh, it's on R. That's where it is. I do have a root. Look. Wow. Yeah, I do have one. Well, anyways, Beastmaster Valkyrie, I'm not sure if you're still here, but thanks for saying hi. These are going to be probably super low energy streams. I might play some Disney music in a bit. We'll see. I'm not completely opposed to playing Disney music. Oh, shit. My Shadow Priest is actually doing no damage. Oh, I didn't even realize. Somebody said in party chat, and then I just actually checked the damage meters. Uh-oh. Dude, the tank is actually out DPSing the Shadow Priest. That's not good. That's less than ideal. Will we have a problem in 15 if it stays like that? Will that be an issue? Hi, Ariana. Oh, Ariana, thank you for the sub, dude. Can you hear how loud my sub is? I feel like you can almost hear that on my microphone. I know Prot Warrior pumps, but it's not so. That's not really a Prot Warrior pump as much as it is a. Yo. Hey, Corians. Do you like trains? That's not a weird question. Is your name? It reminds me of the Orient Express. That's why I asked that question. I feel like your name is an Oriental Express reference, and so I was curious. That was the first thing that came to mind. Basically, I'm going to have some really low energy streams for a bit, though, just because I am adjusting to the new home. Watch out, tank, get out of range. Big stasis here, though. I'm neither here nor there around trains. That's fine. But did you at least arrive to your destination at some point about them? It's okay. It's not the end of the world, to be honest. I am supposed to do this. The tank can't do it. I got it. I can. Move, though. I can do it, but I need to have access to the console. There you go. My game of time with a Fire Mage doing 6 million overall. He's going to have less than that. It's no problem. I think we still have time. Like, it probably should be okay, but that is particularly rough. Maybe he'll do more single target. Prez feels pretty good right now. If I actually healed higher keys, I'd have to focus a little bit, but otherwise it'd be pretty fun to play. As long as we do mechanics, it should be alright, though. Should be no problem. Priest. Things do not hurt at this level. I need more item level first and foremost. Try Prez next expansion when it's pruned. See, that's the thing. I'm worried about Prez. Everyone's talking about Resto Shaman because Resto Shaman is the obvious one in Korean. Like, obviously, everybody's like, oh, hey, Resto Shaman got gutted. Prez got gutted more than Resto Shaman borderline. Like, Prez, I don't know how this is going to play. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm actually worried about what that looks like. I genuinely don't know what Prez will be like. We have no Spirit Bloom and basically no Life Bind. It's super weird. Like, that is so much of... It's not just Spirit Bloom. We also have no Life Bind anymore. So, what do you do? Like, It's so weird. Like, the new Spirit Bloom is the tier set and the Apex thing and whatnot, though. It's not, but the thing is, you can't just measure it based on the number of abilities lost. Because, like, what if a spec had 17 interactions and they removed 13, so it has 4? But another spec only had 7 interactions, but they removed 6, so now it has 1. And you can't, that's not like a perfect measurement. There is no perfect measurement here, but I think it just has to do with understanding the spec. And I can tell you that I don't understand how Prez is going to play. I know that Jack made a video with UT and Harik. They were on that video with him, which is great because those guys they really like Prez. They normally play Prez and Raid, but they're Prez enjoyers. They're theory crafters on the spec. And he made a video. And basically, our new Spirit Bloom is going to be a reversion, but it's like a proc-based reversion, and I don't like healers or anything that's proc-based. Oops. Uh-oh. No, kill the boss before the cycle. Kill the boss before the cycle. Kill boss. Ooh, that was close. Super close. Super close. Should be fun. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, did he release at the beginning? He released at the beginning. Yeah, easily. If we do mechs. If we do mechs, yes. Won't have a problem. As long as we do mechanics. I'm a Holy Priest main. I could never get into Prez because of the range. So they're fixing some of the range issues with Prez, but to be honest, I don't find the range to be that much of a problem. Personally speaking, I don't find the range to be much of a problem. It could be because I have a lot of hours on this spec. Like, maybe it's just a comfortability thing. Like, oh, I've just been playing for a while, so I know how to operate around a limited range. It only affects me on maybe like 1 or 2 fights. I know a lot of people make a big deal out of it, but I feel like a lot of people make a big deal out of it because of the hyper, like, because that's what everybody says. But like, maybe this dragon boss can get like a little hairy. Ariana, thank you for the resub, by the way. Resubscribe. Wait, you should resubscribe for 3 months? Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I might actually play Disney later today. I'm feeling like I need an uplifting mood. I'm tired. I'm tired, man. Corians, I know you're neither here nor there about trains, but the question is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And also, have you ever moved houses before? Have you ever had to like move to like a new apartment or a new house or anything? Dal, you've been in the same house, I'm pretty sure, since I met you. You have? How long did it take you to actually settle down? And I mean like properly, like really like, oh, okay, I'm feeling finally like relaxed now. How long do you think it would take you? Like 6 months? That's what I'm worried about. 6 months what I was working. Okay, so that's like crazy. You have a crazy work schedule on top of that. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. It takes months. I kind of wanted to take... So I know I'm an introvert. I know that I'm very sensitive to change. I spent my entire life basically being a relative slave to the fact that I was autistic and thinking that I needed a little bit more support than I actually needed. I know that I work a little different, but at the same time, it's like this time I'm so much stronger, so much healthier, and I have so much better of a support system. I've moved a lot. You know what I mean, though? Like, I've moved a lot in my life, and normally it completely wrecks me. It just trucks me. Like, I do not handle change very well. So it takes me an incredibly long time to recover from it. I'm hoping that this one doesn't take me that long, because my brain feels completely scuffed right now. It is stressful. I like the new house, and like I said, it's a good change. It's just, I'm tired. You know? Yeah. I would say that things have gone pretty well. There have been like a few small issues with the house, but overall, I feel like things have gone nearly as well as they could, you know? Let's do this here. Anchor shot on me. Gotta make sure I don't get hit by fire. Make sure I dispel before this stasis. I'll dispel myself so I can let the DPS min-max. I'll hit the tip. I feel like things have gone pretty well. Not like the smoothest ever, but pretty good. Pretty good. Oops, I moved a little faster that fire. My bad. See that landslide? Evoker tech. You actually do have a knockback as an evoker. Dispel the tank so the DPS can hold the mechanic for a little bit, and you just worry about healing him. The stasis when they think anybody's going to take an overlapping amount of damage. I'm going to rescue the spell here. Watch a Shadow Priest. Big heal. Dispel myself once again so that the DPS can hold stuff. Watch the fire. Do we have a B-Res? I have B-Res. Hold up, where is he? I need to dispel this for... Oh, man, he got meleeed after. This boss, huh? This boss in Pugs, I imagine, is an actual criminal. Like, this boss probably sucks so bad. I did get the res off, but we saved it. We saved it. If he's alive, but I can't. And now the range is a problem on Prez. Look, I gotta do this. Healing potion myself. I still think we timed this, actually. There's gonna be another explosion right here. I got a big communion. Hold up. So whether or not, like, so while you're playing, you know, main thing is, Corian, I get really bored. And I like having fun when I play World of Warcraft. So for me, biggest thing for me is I just want to have fun. And I get bored. Sometimes when I basically think tanking is not a challenge, or like specifically this season, because I don't think I'm pushing much higher now. I don't think I'm really going to go like that much further. Like, I'm not going to try to be going into 20s most likely this season. And because of that, I'm just kind of, I'm like hard chilling now, you know? Now I'm just chilling. So I think at that point, I kind of just like messing around with different things. So if I think that I'm good at tanking, I want to try something I'm not so good at. And I'm not as good of a healer as I am a tank. Healing is more of a challenge for me. So when I heal, I'm a little bit more locked in, but also my brain is like engaged. I'm like really feeling good about it. I'm not bored. This is going to be a big explosion here. Rewind it. I'm anti-bored. Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, I went out of range. Don't get meleeed. Don't get meleeed. I've got this. Ah, I don't have this. Landslide. We still have time right now. We can do this. Oh, immediate heal. We still have time. Okay. Holy. We got time. We got time. Holy. Yeah. So I got my Resil 15. I think we're okay, though. I think we'll be okay. We'll be okay. A little close. What do you play, Corian? I think that a lot of people are either tanks. Like, a lot of tanks eventually play all the tanks. A lot of healers eventually play all the healers. But I have noticed that most tanks don't heal. And most healers don't tank. It's very rare to find that crossover. Some people do. But yeah, I'm a tank main at heart. Like, I would not describe myself as a perfect healer by any means. Nor do I describe myself as a perfect tank, to be fair. But I am certainly a tank player first and foremost. I mained H-Pal going into H-Priest. How do you feel about H-Priest right now? Do you do keys or raid? That's true. The only season I ever did that, though. That's true. There was a season. Soap is correct. Technically, Soap is right. When I first started streaming, way back in the day, I did main Preservation Evoker. Watch the frontal. That was a hard one to see. You raid mainly. Okay, so you probably have a different opinion of H-Priest if you're a main raider. Hey, Soap, can you do me a favor and message me on Discord the exact line of script to add a command on Twitch? Because I don't want to keep depending on you to do it. Eventually, I have to learn. Right? Like, I can be independent. I can be independent. But can you message me? Because I got to add a new command. And I was like, man, I really hope Soap is here so I can add this new command. Don't let that riff go off. I'll CC that one, but we're going to not have a kick after. Scary, scary. Let the bolt go at this point and just CC the others. Stasis combo, but I'm not sure I can live a rift. I probably just defensive myself, and then I could rescue the Shadow Priest, external the Shadow Priest here. Oh, and the rift goes off anyways. Tough, tough, tough. Yeah, I figured. Now we don't have time. That's definitely timer. We had time before. That one was time. I have as much. Yeah, it's okay. All good. Want to finish? I could use the crest if they want to finish. All good if not. If they're done, no problem. You rain mainly. I feel like H-Priest. Let's just finish. We're right here. I'd be fine with that. Good. Cool. Sounds good. I don't know if the Shadow Priest is coming back though. You know what I want to play right now? You know what I want to play? I know exactly what I want to do. There's a route for Gambit. If your key has been going the way that ours has been going, I highly recommend. I don't think you should pull that roaming pack with this Overseer dude. I think you should actually let it, like, you should pull it separate. It feels slow, but if you have time and you don't trust your group, that's what I would do. Just to avoid that happening in the future. Oh, 15 Brazil. Do you want to do some today, Soap? Because I'm basically doing... My Evoker can heal all 15s without too much of a problem. I want to do challenging enough content that I forget about all of my life problems while I play World of Warcraft. So my goal is to do, once again, challenging enough that I don't... Oh, is that star going to die? Okay, good. That I don't have to think about life stuff for a few hours. That's my goal. Give or take. Messaged, okay. I'll add it after this. Basically, I made my first Patreon video. You know how you saw me on my Paladin and stuff and you were like, yo, hold up, what are you playing now? That was for the Patreon video. I put a lot of effort into that. And honestly, it's kind of cool. I think it's the best video I've ever made. In terms of like a tanking masterclass, it is the best content I've made. I worked pretty hard at it. And that is now up here. But I gotta make a command that just says tank guide. There's gonna be a 10-minute version, like the first part of it, the main part of it is gonna be on YouTube, but then the extended part, that's 36 minutes, that includes all the extra stuff, as well as examples of each tank, that one's gonna be on Patreon. Ooh, he pulled the big guy in here. Can we time this? I don't think so with our damage. Not even on 15. I guess I have to do the stars too. No problem. This is where range, I guess, could get like a little bit spicy. Potentially, I could see range getting a little spicy here. if I have to do the stars as well. We have a lust. Ooh, yeah, Prez. Oh, we just have to plan a little better. I want to save cooldowns for the phase after. Okay, next star is coming, so how do I want to do this? Probably go here. Boom, echo, echo. Hashtag lick. Ariana, favorite Disney song? Go. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for chatting with me. I'm super tired today. Today is like super... It's particularly weird vibes from me, Valkyrie. I'm like chatting. You know, I don't know if I'm chatting, but I'm not really here. Like I'm here, but I'm also a ghost. I'm an illusion. I'm an illusion. Yeah, what's your favorite Disney song? Literally, that was my question, actually. Please no to use your scales. He might die. I don't know in 15 if he gets one tapped or not. Mine is Go the Distance. So I rewatched Hercules recently, and honestly, that movie is much better as an adult than it is as a kid. Like, that movie was good as a kid, but I didn't understand. Yeah, I was about to say, we rewatched it, like, a few months ago. And I was, like, I was enjoying it way more, because I think as a kid, I didn't really fully understand it. They hit a lot of adult themes in that one. That one is a particularly one. Yeah, my brain. I'll play Go the Distance later. Honestly, I'll just have a day at Disney. That sounds great. Normally, it's like lo-fi, and I'm a little bit more chatty. Big stasis. Kind of doing these stars as Prez is like a little toxic. I don't think you can time. I think we're... It was actually kind of close. Like, it was a fair push at the end, though. You and your fiance watch it every Halloween. This is goals. I'm going to get hit by that. No. I got the far one. Please get all of these. Nice. 2 minutes. We don't have the lust, and I don't think we have the damage. If we had big dam like right here, it would be maybe before the next phase, but I don't think so. I'm just going to prep before the next star. Yeah. We could technically try. I have to do the star. I mean, my DPS doesn't lose any damage doing the star, right? I have to wait a second now. I'm going to external myself and scales in case I get hit, because I'm pretty bad at this. I have to trust their damage, basically. This might be a double, because I think I was a little late on this one. If it is a double, it would actually be fine. Because I would go here. Boom. That's a double, but I have the big communion. Oh, come on. That was through communion. We wouldn't have timed it anyways. This will be a double here, though. Ow, I got hit by his line. A little rough. We almost had it. I think the deaths cost it. It is a little rough. It is confusing. Sometimes. It is no problem, of course, right? It's no problem. But sometimes it is definitely confusing to me how that could happen. Hold up. I'll take this res, and we can still finish this. Where's the star? It's here. I think we kill the boss before the star. Whoa, uh-oh. We might have to do that star now. A little bit. Certainly a bit rocky, but it's no problem. GG's. Thank you for finishing. I appreciate the crest very much, because I'm super behind on crest. Hopefully everybody's nice about it, and it's no problem. Do you need that trinket? No problem. Let me see if he needs the trinket, actually. Kind of curious. Oh, yeah, I get the trinket. Well, it's all good. Yeah, we had it. If we didn't get the thing, then we would have been all right. If we didn't miss the kick there, we would have been okay. No problem. All right, let's go. Let's go right now. Let me open this. Okay, he said go the distance. You don't really know. This is how. Let me see. You know, honestly, what's my favorite Disney song? Favorite? Can I go with group of favorites instead of picking just one? Instead of picking just one, let me go with group of favorites. Right now, I'm feeling this. This is what I'm feeling right now. I'm subjecting you all to joy. Yes. I'm subjecting you all to joy. DN, can you tell me on the Patreon, if you watch the video, is it uploaded? Is it good now? Like, you can see it now? And stuff? Here, as we do this, you can help me out here. Okay, watch this. It's super clean, fantastic. As long as the quality is good then. So here's what we got going on here. I'll show you. I got a lot of tabs open. 1 second. No problem. Hold on, not this one. Okay, not this one. This one. Yeah, okay. So I wanna... Yeah, this is one of my... I just love this music. How do I put this tab on the other tabs? Okay. So I'm uploading a 10-minute version on YouTube. Can you help me come up with a very catchy title? I put a lot of effort into this, and I really like it. But the thing is, right, now I have to do this. A roller coaster ride. But you guys can help me with the consecration. Watch this. Okay, I got you. I have so many tabs open and my setup is not quite right. Window capture on. This one. Here we go. Boom. So you see this window here, yeah? This is the video. I thought that this was a pretty good title. But now I need to make a thumbnail. And every time I need to make a thumbnail for it, I'm like, okay. So I have this other thing for thumbnail making. And it's here. And I kind of, normally I say something like, make a Guardian Druid. Like, make a Guardian Druid. And then I was thinking what the thumbnail should say. But this is where I need help. This is where I need a little bit of help. So I have this. ChatGPT. Good. You see this here? Yeah. So this is what I got going on here. This one. Are you a bear tank main? Oh yeah, that's me. Sorry, I am a bear tank main. First and foremost, Corian. I play Guardian Druid. I've been playing Guardian Druid for a very long time. My Guardian Druid's my main, but I didn't push. I'm not gonna push that hard this season, so it's gonna be a little behind. So I have this like, you see this like bear tank, basically like more IO. I think my camera's covering it. 1 second. So what do we think about this thumbnail? How to tank, get more IO. Yeah, like because the title already has the actual title, yeah? So I just basically go, can you replace the text with, I learned how to do this recently. Yeah? So like how to tank, get more IO. It's got to be catchy. The information is really good, okay? That's hilarious. Your remix tank is a warrior called Not a Bear Tank. I love Bear Tank. But you play H-Pal and H-Priest. Although you're a raider, so you don't feel super off meta, that's a pretty tough combination, you know? Oh, wait, also we got subs earlier. Closer and closer to the next in real life stream for Thailand. All right, okay. So we have like, let me move this a little bit. Window capture like this. Okay. So I make the text and I say, replace the text with how to tank, get more IO. What do you think about this image for a how to tank video? I think 14, 15, 16. So this is the thing I just made, Rusier. I'm covering it. I've been meaning to do it for a while, but like it's been a process. It just takes a long time. It takes a very long time, but I'll show you. You'll see it soon. Because, Rusier, there's like tanking information for plus 20s, and then there's some tanking information for like plus 5s. But that middle range, you're absolutely right. It's basically hard enough where if you don't know how to do the tanking things, then you're going to fail. But it's not easy enough that you can just bulldoze it. It's also not so hard that you need to do advanced strategies. So where's that middle ground? That's exactly the type. That's exactly what I want to do this for. All right. So replace it how to tank, get more IO. Try this. Although I'm playing healer today, which is funny. So this content here that I've made on, this is for like, I spent a lot of time making it because it's for Patreon. I show you. Let me open it. I have way too many things open. All right, let me close out some stuff. Too much. I have all these tabs for some reason. I don't need this many tabs open. But hopefully I can help with that, Roos here. That's the goal. This PC videos. How to tank. Okay. He was playing some of the stats for me for Bear. But I think for Bear, a lot of stats, the main thing for Bear is that all stats are good. No, I don't think so, DN. DN, almost certainly it's not a stat thing unless you're way like crazy stat oriented. But like you have like 25,000 haste or something. But most likely it isn't a stat thing. It is almost certainly. It's a few things. Stats for Bear work like this. Sometimes you want more crit, sometimes you want more verse, but like, honestly, everything's fine. Mastery is literally for EC Bear 20% less value than other things. For damaging only. For defensive and survivability reasons, Mastery is absolutely fine. So in general, the rule is if you're not in 20% DR for stats, you're doing good. And at the end of a season, you can have effectively haste cap, crit cap, and verse cap almost. So, yeah. It was a little rough there. Let me see if any friends are online first. Oh, Zan's in a 21 Halls of Atonement. You're in a 15 Halls? You want a tank? I'll come tank for you, Soap, if you want, though. 14% crit, you should go a little bit more crit. But the idea is that there is no stat that's much better. Here, look, big trust. Big trust. The Homeowners Association. I can come tank if you want. I was going to play Prez all day, but I don't mind coming to tank. I can tank. You want me to tank on Warrior or Bear? I don't mind either. Put some crits at damage input. 40 haste. 40 haste is a bit too much. I agree with that. I agree that you should have a little bit more crit. I think that'd be a solid move. Yeah, probably. Oh, wait. Soap sent me this on Discord, and now I want to check it real fast. Wait, is screen capture off? Oh, thank God. Never open Soap's Discord notifications. Okay. Commands, command name. Got it. Add commands. Command name. Tank guide. What you want it to say. Tanking. Okay, okay. And then we go like this one. Boom. Bam. Good. Okay, I got the commander. Perfect, 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 perfect. Oh, yeah, hop on over. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Warrior or bear, doesn't matter. Could play either, to be honest. What are we listening to right now? Wait, Corian just subbed. Oh, thank you for the sub, Corian. I'm glad you like hanging out today because, like I said, my brain is so fried that it's kind of all over the place. But I have learned in my life that it's so much better for me to let it be all over the place instead of trying to be perfect or control it, because then I just get stressed. And I'd much rather be unstressed. Druid or Warrior? 4.4, even though I'm a big bear. What's your item level and what's your gear, DN? I think it's the ultimate unifying factor for health. Not Resil. Play Warrior. Let me debate on this for a second. I'm going to debate on this for like 2 seconds if I want to play this or not. The Warrior, the bear right now. 722.8. That's probably why. Hero from Ecodome. You need to get a mythic weapon with your next dinar purchase. Next dinar purchase is mythic weapon, DN. That'll help you a lot. Were you going to take me to your 21? Just saw I'll tell you. Big trust, big trust. I know I'm not fully geared, Zan, but it's not a 22. So, you know, like I feel like being max 730 item level for a 21 Halls of Atonement is like, you know. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Ecodome or the other one, they're around the same. I use the Ecodome. It doesn't really matter too much. See? Should have taken me. Oh yeah, but what I was saying, Corian, is for me, I've been working in health and fitness for such a long time now, and I've worked with all sorts of different athletes to elderly to people with chronic conditions to this to that, and a lot of my work has ended up with people who have autoimmune conditions in particular. Hey, Sally. And so one of the things that I've noticed as a unifying factor, I've been trying to basically put together from my own experience and also based on all the research that I currently understand. Why do people get sick? Like, what is it that gets people sick? What is it that actually triggers symptoms? And what is it that keeps people sick? Now, we can go on a long discussion and a ton of different rabbit holes, which I do not have the wherewithal for today, to go all the different directions of saying, well, it's the food, or well, it's the this, or it's our lifestyle, it's the change in this, it's social media, it's the posture, it's whatever. Okay. Aside from all of that, thank you, Zodi. Thanks for saying hi. Right? Oh, do you work in a clinic? Okay. So, in my opinion, in generally, for me specifically, the thing that I have noticed is people who hold themselves like this. People who hold themselves like this. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I think I'm doing everything right with my health. I'm doing everything. Like, I'm eating clean. I'm very disciplined. I haven't had a cheesecake in 3 years. That person tends to be sick. And they tend to get more sick. And the person that goes, I don't really care. I just have a cheesecake and I get my 8 hours of sleep and I don't know, just do pretty good. That person does not tend to be sick. Does that make sense? And it's kind of just this idea of the more tightly wound. I know, Corian, me too. Me too. Me too. And I genuinely feel like the more tightly wound we are, the sicker we make ourselves. I actually think that at the end of the day, our ultimate enemy is I have to, and I'm so scared. There's a certain logic in just, it's not placebo though. The thing is, this is important. It's not placebo. It's actually biological in nature. Our brain and our body and our chemistry is actually wired to respond to how we perceive things. So if we are perceiving things and we're designed in a way where if we say, I'm going to prepare for that thing around the corner, then that thing around the corner is real. And if for some one reason I'm just like, I don't really care about the thing around the corner, then the thing around the corner is less real. That's just a fact. You know? And it's just interesting. So this is a conversation. This is by no means, by the way, is this this is not a straight up fact for everyone. This is a generalization. There are going to be people who are exceptions on this end and exceptions on this end. But I think it's really important to have this awareness. Also, hi, Sally. Been watching your videos on YouTube for a while. You got me back into Guardian. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Why is your... Yeah, I know, Baba. Hey, Baba. I'm glad you like Guardian. I am so excited to make more Guardian. One of the things I want to make soon is like actually going over the talent build that I think we might use in Midnight. And I'm really excited to make more content for it. I just made this morning, and it'll come out tonight. For the free version, to the 10-minute version, will come out tonight. It's so good. One of the best videos I've ever made for tanking, and it has specifically Guardian Druid is the one that I'm using for the first 10 minutes. So that's going to be very exciting. It's basically a how to tank masterclass. That will come out tonight, or if you're a YouTube member, I think it'll already be out. YouTube member and Patreon, it'll have like early access. And I explain exactly what I'm doing right now. So there's a reason. Look at my warrior's health bar. Look at my warrior's health. And look how I did that. That was slightly inefficient, but I explain exactly why I made the decision that I just made. And how I decided to do what I did on the warrior. And why basically, not only do I not take damage here, but I'm chilling. Even though this loyal beast cast just goes off. Like, this hurts warrior. So I'm going to have to actually manage my defensives now, because I can die to this. My warrior is not like Omega geared, so I'll rally cry the second one. But there's a lot of little things, you know what I mean, though? How to tank with the bear, I think this one does. I think that's a specific rotational bear thing, and that's cool, right, Dian? I think this video is better. That was a good video, and I made that live on stream in one take, but I think that this video is going to be way better, personally speaking. If I had to choose which video would be more beneficial for you to watch as a tank player, it'd be this one. I mean it. Especially if you actually really want to get all the information, like the extended version, I put a lot of effort into it. Because the first 10 minutes is the bulk of it. And that's, I did it knowing that I was going to put the first 10 minutes for free on the YouTube. But what I continue to do is, there's so many little things about tanking. In particular, though, mob behavior being one of them. And that's like not talked about, so that's at the end of the video. Mage is going to be a double shot here. We don't have a DK to grip that guy. Maybe I shouldn't have done this pull quite like this. He'll come in a second, but he won't really come in that much. I don't have my AoE taunt yet. I really want to learn. If you want to learn, if you watch that whole video, I guarantee you, you're going to pick up like 7 things of how to tank. And it's going to help you a bunch. Even just like the decision I made just now, there's a lot of things that aren't talked about as a tank. In particular, and the biggest thing I think I harp on in the video, there's a few things I know I'm going to put in part 2 of the video, which is understanding healer, smart heal, and how to interact in the middle of a pull. But this one is specifically focusing on how to set yourself up for success. And the biggest thing is, a lot of tanks, they don't use their movement abilities. Movement abilities are massive. It's kind of why I never lose aggro. You will almost never see me lose aggro. Because I'm here. I already have plenty of uptime on these mobs. And if you've ever lost aggro here, it's probably because you went too slow. This is like an underrated thing. Like, no one talks about this. You're going to talk about your rotation. Oh, you got to press this button. Actually, probably what happened is you went too slow. Because I was in that pack hitting it for several seconds. That's why. But because I knew that I was going to wait, position, and then I was going to charge while my team was fighting the Houndmaster behind me. That's just like information that's really hard to translate because it depends on the key, it depends on the pack. And as midnight approaches, I'll actually make a lot more specific information like, hey, on this pull, you have to be worried about this, or on this pull, you got to understand this, etc. Well, we killed that so fast. I was actually going to pull these groundskeepers into it, etc. though. That look like this? In which case, you will appreciate this video, Dan. And since you are a Patreon supporter, you will have it. I found it. How are you feeling about Midnight? I'm very positive about Midnight. I'm super positive about it. Let's do this double Houndmaster pull here. I'm gonna YOLO this and decide to do this here. But the decision of why I sent my shield wall right there, that's a very specific decision. And I did it because that's the best way that I can help my healer and my team on this pull. There's little things like that. And how to navigate the fact that I just charged there. Question regarding, yeah, what's up? How to use the vortex. Got you, got you. There are some people, who have it on a macro with Typhoon. I don't, because sometimes you just want a vortex without Typhoon, and sometimes like I just don't use that macro myself. And I don't have it on mouse over because I mess up my positioning on it if I have it on mouse over, you know? That's okay. It's only a 15. We should be chilling. Seems like our damage is pretty good right now. Nice, nice, nice. Because some mobs, so they don't get pulled back if you're off center with your vortex. If you're off center with your vortex, then they won't get pulled back. That's the key. So I click vortex to make sure that my positioning is perfect. Got my AoE kick here. AoE kick is so cool, man. No, I mean, like, I don't think it's, I really don't think, I think that clicking on some abilities is, like, very underrated. Like, it's okay to do so. Like, I know people harp on it, and you're like, oh my god, you can't ever click on anything. If you do that, you're basically trolling, and, like, how are you even, your team should hate you, and honestly, like, why are you even here? It's like, it's not that big of a deal. As long as you don't mess up your timings, and you're cool with it, and that's how you want to play, like, it's absolutely fine. No problem at all. As a healer, well, as a healer, you technically are clicking, but with Cell or something. I'm assuming you use Cell. Corian, how are you feeling about the healer changes going into Midnight? You're a healer, and you play two healers that I don't play. So out of curiosity, how do you feel about the healer changes going into Midnight? I am largely positive, by the way. I think that the Midnight changes are going to be good for the game. I don't know if they're going to be good for me. But I think that I'm going to play the game anyways. I would be shocked if the game got to a state where I did not enjoy it, because I love this game. So, I mean, it could happen, but I doubt it will. It's not impossible. Like, it could happen, but it probably won't happen. So I know that I'm going to be playing anyways. Therefore, I'm happy because the change will make it so that other people are going to be more likely to play. And if other people are more likely to play, then the game does better. And if the game does better and the WoW makes more money, then I get a better product. So I'm only positive about the changes, if that makes sense. Yeah? Do the safe pull here. Do not pull those two extra obliterators. Oh! They tagged. Okay, it's fine. I'll make it work. I AoE taunt now, and we'll have to settle into this. This will be a hard pull. I just realized, when did you move in? Recently, that's why I haven't been on. That's why I haven't been on, by the way. There's a reason you don't pull these obliterators. We're gonna have some deaths here. I think there was a cleaved ability. I'm not sure what it was. All good, all good. Should be alright. I'll rally cry this. I'll stun that one. I moved in about 8 days ago now, so my girlfriend moved in shortly after that. So we've both been here now for a little bit, but not too long. Not too long. We're still basically, there are still like many boxes to unpack. Oh boy. Sally, when have you ever moved houses before? People were saying 6 months earlier, and I'm kind of not super down with 6 months being the time frame for how long it's going to take me to settle in. I'm much cooler with like a less than 6 month time frame. There's still so much to take care of. You want me to take? Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Took 3 months. I think it's going to take me a bit. So lazy with my parents? No, that's not lazy at all. Honestly, do you like your parents? I guess when people say that, do you like with your parents? But you work 50, 60 hours a week. Do you know, does stream count as work, Deanne? Does stream count as work? Wait, we have extra percentage. I don't need this. Oh, we're killing all these. The funnel. The funnel. It does? Okay, I work like 70 hours a week. I'm like ultra busy all the time. The funnel. The Red Pally full own the funnel. If you count stream. And also, do you count video creation? That's why I haven't made a lot of videos. I love them with all my heart. That's awesome. I like to hear that. I think that there's a lot of people who have very unfortunate family lives, which is obviously there's nothing they can do about that, right? Like sometimes you do just get dealt a bad hand in life. But I got lucky. With my parents, I got lucky. And I'm really happy and grateful that I have the mom and the dad that I have. And I have a cool brother too. I had every other problem as a kid. I checked off all the other, the boxes, you know, on the certificate for adverse childhood events, but not that one. Though that one was good. Yeah, we have percentage. Cool. Hey, Yana. Hi, Jenny. How's it going? Very child, but life goes on. I'm grateful for what I have. If you can get to the point where you're honest about that, Sally, and you're like, hey, I am grateful for what I have, it's a fantastic place to be. Oh, my dad, I was telling him that since he started to worry about what he eats, he aged 10 years. So it's a really fine balance, though. Hey, Yana. Yana, you play WoW? Hi, Rhea. Are you World of Warcraft players? You will see the laziest tanking y'all have ever seen. My warrior is not fully geared. He's an alt this season, so I haven't really been playing him, but he's so tanky that I occasionally forget that I'm not actually immortal, and I die. Very rarely, though. Because he literally doesn't take damage. Like, his health bar just doesn't move. I'm just, like, waiting for... I was like, I'm going to plant a self-heal there, but it's like, I didn't even need to. Like, nothing happened. I did play well. I'll probably go back once I get bored of Fellowship. Has it happened yet? Are we bored of Fellowship just yet? Fellowship is interesting, because I think that soon people are gonna... Do you think people are approaching the limit of Fellowship? Like, the highest level keys that are... The highest level difficulty of Fellowship, I think, is coming soon. And then people will realize that it's the same problem, right? That, like, you're gonna have the same issues. I think. Wouldn't surprise me, at least. Hey, Sally. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Honestly, Sally, like, I know that there's some... You can always talk about stuff on my stream. I'm a big fan of having these types of conversations, because one thing for me that I think is interesting is when I moved to Thailand, it gave me a different perspective on health. In particular, it gave me a very... Oh my god, I got stunned. This is the type of mistake I was referring to, by the way. I have cheat death. Let me proc it. It's okay. My cheat death will proc. I can't die. Don't worry about it. My thing with the games, that's true. I actually don't play Fellowship, and I straight up watched Hamish's video because I was curious to know what the devs would say. Because I was astonished, by the way. I was really just sitting there, and I was like, wow, they really do care. Like, it was That part for me is the best part of that game thus far. That was pretty crazy to actually listen to the devs make a whole video. That was pretty cool. But Sally, so like what I was saying earlier, the one thing that's interesting, I couldn't figure it out. Why are people in Thailand, in general, happier? And I'm not saying that everybody is, and I'm not saying it doesn't have problems of its own. It's not, no place is perfect, but I couldn't figure out why the dude on the street in Thailand was like actually happy. Like he wasn't kidding about it. He wasn't lying. It wasn't an act. He was generally just seemed like a happy dude. And he's just selling fruit for less than a minimum wage. And I was just trying to figure it out. And part of why I think that is that the entire country is Buddhist. Not to quote specifically Buddhist doctrine, not to quote any doctrine, but there is a cultural philosophy of just, it's called sabai sabai in Thai. It basically means, all good. That's basically what it means. All good. Whoops. And there are pros and cons to that way of thinking. But ultimately, I don't think I appreciated how many pros there are until I lived here for a little bit and I saw the culture. But definitely in America, I had no concept of it. Because in America, when I was there, this was a long time ago, like almost 10 years ago now. Damn. Oof. But basically in high school, and I was around young people and my age and stuff, everybody was so focused on solving problems, but they were also therefore focused on identifying the problems. The benefit to that is that there are people who need the support and the help, and they have access to it. That is A+. Fantastic. Because I, as a kid, if I didn't have access to the support network and the mental health advocacy that I had access to, I would not have made it. I had a lot of problems as a kid. And because I had the opportunity to go to therapy, to get the IEP, to have specialized help, I made it. And now I can live the life I can. That is not random. That's specifically because I had access to what I needed. I would not have had that access here. So it's not a perfect system. However, you also have people with Down syndrome who go to the store and get groceries on their own because nobody told them they can't. That's very interesting to me. Like, that's a thing. You'll see that occasionally in Thailand. Why not? Nobody told them they couldn't do that. And it's like, oh, okay. And there's a lot of things like that. There's a lot of perspectives where it's just like, don't worry about it. And on one hand, you're like, well, I have significant anxiety. I have to worry about it. I would love to not worry about it. And if you tell me to drink chamomile tea one more time, I'm going to lose my shit. Like, yeah, sure. But there is actually some perspective that is beneficial of just saying, I'm going to let go instead of try to control. Does that make sense? Am I saying this right? I'm a little tired, and I definitely don't have the perfect words for this at the moment. Like 100%, my brain is completely kerfuddled, as I mentioned earlier, so yeah, I won't have the perfect way of saying these things, but it's a conversation that I'm obviously very passionate about, so I'd like to try my best at sharing it. You know, I do take a little damage on this pull. I do take a little damage here. But you can just have shield wall for almost every single one, which is kind of OP. Because your rage gen is just so high as a guardian, or as a warrior, that shield wall is like a 40-second cooldown or whatever. I was saying that I truly helped me a lot, which is live simply, live happy. No problem. Sally, what's your first language? Where are you from? Arabic, you're from Kuwait. I wish I don't know any. I learned something in Arabic. Who taught me? Somebody taught me something in Arabic the other day. I had it written down. But I don't have it. I don't have it right now. It's hard to learn a second language. I respect the fact that you have learned a second language. Also, what is playing right now? I'm Egyptian. Dude, that's super cool. You know, actually, surprisingly, I've had 3 different Egyptians come to say hi recently on my stream. That's kind of random. How do you get on in Thailand? Do you know their language? I can speak a bit of Thai. But Thai is a tonal language, which makes it pretty hard for me because I'm tone deaf. Like super tone deaf. Do you know tonal language? It means ma, 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 are 5 different words. Those are 5 different words. So the way that you say the word matters a lot. Yeah. So it can get a little tough for me to get around. But I can speak like basic Thai, and I can get around. It's hard to learn a second. I actually want to learn more Thai, but then I told you I work like a lot, so I don't have time. I feel, well, I should clarify. I do have time to learn Thai. I just spend it on World of Warcraft instead. You know? I spent it on World of Warcraft instead, so whoops. YOLO. I try to balance, you know, some Creole English, and your country obviously Portuguese. Yeah. Can I just say, one of the coolest things about stream ever, I don't know what's playing right now. I want to change music a little bit. But one of the coolest things about stream is that somebody's from Kuwait, somebody has their brother in Egypt, and I'm in Thailand. Deanne is speaking from, no, you just told me that you moved off, you're out of Argentina now. Corient, where are you from, Corient? That's like covering how much of the world? That's like almost every corner of the world. Like, so many, like, it's crazy to me that we can just have that conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like, isn't that actually amazing that we can just we're having this conversation right now, and you are that far away from me? That's like 8,000 miles away, literally. That's a crazy amount of, that's like insane. I think that's so cool. I probably could have maintained aggro a little better here. I want to bring him down for funnel for the mage. The mage has funnel. We should pull him down a little. There you go. Yeah, I think that stuff is so cool, personally. My spell reflex. Keep streaming on YouTube. I lurk, but I'm always there. Thank you, Stage. I'll try. I'm just bad at responding. I don't mind. Like, there's no harm in just sending the multi-stream to YouTube as well. But also, the hard thing about my schedule is I am very busy, but I do want to make more stuff. There's so many people ask such good questions. Hey, how do I heal this? How do I tank this? It's like, I have answers, but I just haven't had the time to make the content because obviously, if you think about it, Deanne, if you work however many hours a week, right? Quite busy. My main job is what actually helps pay rent. Stream does help. Stream helps like a little bit. I think stream basically covers rent, but it doesn't cover like monthly expenses. Not yet. Would be really cool one day if it did, but all good. For me, stream is like a passion. I like growing it. I think it's super cool, and I want to keep doing it. But making content is very time consuming, and streaming is time consuming as well. So I can occasionally just get caught up. And so like this week, right? Like, oh, I've just moved. I've just done this. It's like, I'm going to obviously prioritize setting up my house, spending time with Kitty, spending time with the cats. I'll do what I can, post a little on social media or whatever. But it's small little things, you know? Yeah. Like, let's say, okay, we can go through it though if you want. If you go over like the money per hour, yeah. So from stream, it's something like a few. I guess it depends because subs are the main difference. So sometimes you just like occasionally you have Malden give 10 subs and you're like, okay, so then you make a little bit of money. It depends. I think that it's weird. Do you know why it's weird? Because I'm 28. So I'm not, the thing is, I'm not 19 anymore. But I'm also not 35. So I'm in this weird middle ground of like, shit, I gotta make money. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but I'm not supposed to make that much money yet. Like, you know? Like, there's a balance somewhere in there. But like, what? I know my warrior isn't as tanky as my druid because I get really lazy on him, but he does feel pretty good. Enjoy your 20s. I fully intend to. Oh, shit. My bad, Gfo. My bad. Hey, Gfo. Gfo, I made... So, the reason I was talking about this, I made the best video I've ever made. By far. By the way. I have made the best video, the best tanking video I've ever made. I put more work in. I was like, this is, I think, the most important tank video I think I've ever made. I've been meaning to make it for a while, but I couldn't figure out exactly how I wanted to do it. And then I figured it out, and I was like, cool. It's not live on YouTube, so the way I'm going to do it now is I will put, for early access, it's up on Patreon. The full extended 36 basically uncut version, there's a few different perspectives, so I've cut the video slightly. But basically, the full version, 36 minutes, is up on Patreon. And then I'll put it up for YouTube members. Yep. And then I'll put a 10-minute, that's like early access. And then I'll put a 10-minute video up on YouTube in the next few days. The first 10 minutes of it, I'll put that on YouTube. GG's. But yeah, so that's the first part. It's going to be there. But I don't want people to not have access to it if they can't afford it. Like, that doesn't sit right with me. So at the same time, I want, like, the first 10 minutes of it will be on YouTube. And I specifically made it so that the first 10 minutes covers the bulk of it. Past week, this is the perfect time. And honestly, this is the best time to take a break from WoW. Soon, things are going to be up and up. This is the best time to take a little break. If you were ever going to take a break from WoW, it'd be right now. This is the best time to do so. Yay, we win. Also, Gfo, we're playing with Illyria. Do you know her? So for now, I'll put it on Patreon. I have a lot of other ideas, by the way, for what I'm going to do for Patreon. I'm doing a Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter gather part of that video was fun. I did not put Brewmaster and Blood DK on there in particular, like specifically showing those tanks because I'm not very good at those. Doing 10s for ults to get as many gear as possible for pre-patch. That name is super familiar. She knows, at least she is on TikTok and Instagram, and she is friends with Cable. So I know that you know her by proxy, but she's the healer in this group right now. Are you guys doing any more? Soup? Mr. Soup? Doing any more? She doesn't stream, I don't think. I just thought you might know the name. I don't think she streams. I think she's just a gamer. She's the Void Weaver Disc Priest here. I think her name is Illyria XO on social media and stuff. But yeah, so the other video I want to make, probably next, there's a part 2 of the guide. That will take me some time. I don't know if I don't think she streams yet. So the other thing I want to do is how to set up your bars from scratch. From literal scratch. So if you're going to play a Guardian Druid, understanding, like just from the basics of the basics, you start with 0 things on your bar. How do you set it up? That's another video I want to make for every class that I play. I think that'll help a lot. Because like DN, you said, oh, hey, I've just leveled my Resto Shaman. But dude, WoW is so overwhelming and complicated. Oh my god. Okay, I don't mind this music, but I'm going to change it a little. We're going to go back to Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride. We're breaking till friend. Okay, that's cool. No problem, no problem. But it's so overwhelming when you start a new spec. It's unbelievable, right? You're just like, you go over to your Resto Shaman and you're like, what to, how to, like, you know, it's a whole thing. Too many abilities. So I think that simplifying that is really helpful. Exactly. At which server? I play on NA, like North American servers, but I live in Asia. Oh, Sally, I'm going to be all over the place. Bear with me, all right? My brain a little fried after moving. Will be for a bit. But you made a really good point earlier, and I think it was important. So I wanted to chat about. Let me delay this ad for a second, and I'll chat for a second. Okay? Actually, no. Let me run the ad, and I'll finish my point about life stuff in a second. If you're here for another few minutes, Deanne, I want to talk to you about what I noticed. I think it's a really good observation. Here, let me run this for a second. All right, be right back fast. Be right back fast. Well, you're subbed, so you don't get the ad anyways. But let me actually take a second to just go get a quick drink, and I'll run downstairs fast. Because I think there's really something to be. Don't let me ram now. Keep myself on pace. Maybe I'll bring a cat back up with me. Kitty cats. Or Lacro... what? LaCroix. LaCroix... What's LaCroix, Gfo? Is that an alcohol? And we can keep gaming. All right, go. Let's do a soap. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Soap. So, friend-in-law want to do 16? Sure. No problem. It's a brand of fizzy water. I think my druid still has the 17 if you want to do that. The druid still has that. Sally, are you still here by chance? Deanne, I have a feeling you'll still be here, but Sally, are you still here? Swapping to main priest. Is that not her main priest? What do you mean main priest? I am. Okay. So, there's something absolutely to be said. She's 2? We have 2 priests. There are people in WoW, I guess, who have like 2 paladins. They really love paladins. Somebody said the other day they have 3 monks. I was like, that's dedication. That is impressive. 2? Maintain 2? It's crazy. Yeah, I can't do that. No, there's no way. I struggled to maintain my ults to begin with. There's no way I do that. What am I spending my gilded on anyways? I gotta upgrade my weapon and stuff. My warrior's so behind. Maybe 3 enhancement shamans? Hold up, wait, no, I wanted to make a life point. This is, you guys, we're all degenerates on World of Warcraft. We've understood this point. I have a friend, and he works with chronic illness. Yeah, so he works with conditions. I also get to work with some people, but my line of work is limited. Like, for example, if somebody has a massive glioblastoma brain tumor, like, I can't fix that. Like, there are things that I'm obviously limited on, right? Not a doctor. I can work with certain joint conditions. I can work with certain things over the phone, online, but I cannot do... You know, if somebody is genuinely in a wheelchair, like, I can't necessarily just hop on a call with them and fix them. You'd be surprised, actually. I have worked with one person who was who was in a wheelchair some of the time, but so I'm limited. His ability to work with things is unreal. Like, he can just take people from like bedridden, chronic, debilitating conditions and have them run marathons a year later. Like, it's pretty crazy what he can do. He's amazing. And he's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. He's very, very, very good. And when he was teaching me about 6 years ago, that's a long time, man. 6 years. When he was teaching me about 6 years ago, he told me a story that I will never forget. This is not my story, it's his story. Yeah? It was insane to me that this was true. Okay. He said, at one point, he was in the hospital. He had just had an injury from war. So he was a soldier, and he just had an injury. He was in the hospital, and he was in debilitating pain. They could not figure out why. So they had fixed the initial injury, but he was in so much pain, like, just couldn't function, couldn't do this. And he was starting to become perfect on everything. So he was perfect on his diet. He was eating super clean for months and months and months. He was like, well, it must be the sugar and the inflammation. So he was perfect. He stopped drinking. He stopped smoking. He did this. He did that. He was doing everything right. And he was just in the hospital with a particularly bad migraine or something happened. I don't really remember exactly. He was in the hospital, and he looked outside, and he was not doing well. His life was going like this, downhill, downhill, downhill. And he looked outside, and he saw a construction worker with a big belly, and that dude was just slaving away. He was just hammering away with a jackhammer. And he stopped for a second, and he reached over, and his friend brought him a donut, and he ate the donut, and then he washed it down with a Red Bull, and then he kept slaving away, and then lifted a bunch of heavy stuff. And he was like, wait a second, how come that dude is so functional? Like, how come that dude is doing that, and he looks perfectly fine? And I'm doing everything perfectly, and I'm the one in the hospital bed. What's the point? Like, what's the real answer to health here? And that story just kind of helps remind that Is Red Bull and donuts good for you? Maybe not. But is it the reason that you're in pain? Probably not. There are so many people who eat and don't do everything perfectly and live not just functional lives, but incredibly fruitful and long, great lives. And they do not take care of themselves. And there are other people who are super strict, right? And they're not doing so well, you know? I like this Rhett. He patted on the ads on Halkias, and that's my only problem with him. Otherwise, he's good. Life isn't fair. So that's one perspective. Because on one hand, it's like, well, you know, I have a genetic problem, and my body is not created equally to your body. 100%. That's true. Sometimes you get dealt a bad hand. I grew up. I spent most of my life, early life, in the hospital. I have genetic problems. Like, for example, I have EDS. You know, Corey, you said you work in the clinic. What do you do for work? If you answered this earlier, I completely missed it. Wait, what key is this? So I think it's fair to compare. Yeah, that story is not meant to be. You're a trauma surgeon, I bet. So you've seen some shit. Okay, cool. You've seen some stuff then. So, for sure, it's not a story that's meant to have some exact specific meaning, but it's more just it's a vibe story where it's like it's just meant to make you think a little. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take care of yourself or shouldn't try, but there's something to be said about just letting go and not being so damn stressed all the time about everything we're doing. There's something about that. That's a very real thing. Like, there's something absolutely to just vibing, you know? Is your shield breaking? Probably. I have tried, and my goal in my life is to be a lot calmer. Not necessarily healthier, but just calmer. I think that it would be the number one thing I could do for my health. If I could continue to become a more peaceful, calm person, I think I'd thrive. Here, let me link an actual route for this. We're doing a proper floodgate here. This is mine. We have 2 range, so let's do the loader bots in this pull. But if you're innately a perfectionist, it just ain't a good time. So, but I'd like to, do you think you can become not a perfectionist? Or do you think you can at least work on it? Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. Why are these expensive now? Do you think that's possible? 16 flood will be a little hard. I think that people are capable of a lot of change. Probably help me back more than anything else. Yeah. I'm working on it a lot now. Me too. Although, I think that people pleasing, it's rough to try to change. I got a good take about people pleasing. You like the route name, Soap? Yeah, I know you do. You dirty bastard. Soap, focus. Don't laugh too hard. I have a feeling that made you laugh, but we're in a 16 floodgate. This is IO. Focus up. Focus up. The video I made, that masterclass, went over specifically. You see how I double shield wall and last stand just now? Because I'm lazy on warrior, but the gather is the most important thing as a tank. So if I stress my healer out on the gather, I'm making the key actively harder than it needs to be. Especially this one. So one of the keys here is I'm going to have it back for next pull, but I actually full sent my major cooldowns. As a bear, you would not be afraid to do this either. This is a big thing that tanks do wrong is they just hold. It's like, no, just send. Like, send. If you need to, just send the SI. Send the thing. Send the this. So, yeah. Well, Demon Hunter, once you get used to it, it's pretty good at gathering. You just have to get really... cancel Aura the Hunt. Do you know how to cancel Aura the Hunt, Gfo? Yeah, but you have to send, like, Fiery Brand, Meta, and everything. Like, you have to actually send it, though. Okay, that's why. That's what you have to do now. That's your mission. Yup. I go over it in the video, but that's... hold up. I'll try to link you the clip of me going over it in the video. You can hunt and then Infernal Strike right after you hunt. The hunt still applies the dot to your target and still propels you toward them, but doesn't actually take you to them. You can also Vengeful Retreat right after you press it. Go to a target dummy and try it, and you'll be like, oh, that's nice. Yes, it is. So here I'm going to grab one crab, and then I'm leaping over. And I'm making use of my mobility, which is what every tank should do, so that I can save the shield wall for when it all comes together here. I'll call that a ping diff. Yeah. Cancel Aura the Hunt. It's not like a cancel. It's not a macro. It's just a... You have to know that you don't actually have to sit the whole animation. It's more a knowledge that you don't have to actually sit the animation of the hunt. That's a big Demon Hunter gather thing, but also it'll take you to the mobs, and then you get meleeed before you have mitigation up, and then you're like, oh, and then that feels bad. So, yeah, cancel Oring the hunts is pretty good. A lot of little tips and tricks for tanks. Can you do the same video for a shaman healer? Yes. My Shaman has Resil 17 now. He's done a few 18s. I feel pretty confident on Shaman this season. It won't technically be for Midnight, though, Baba. But absolutely I can. What I'll do for the Shaman is I want to make... The first video I probably do on Shaman, more than even just the rotation part of things, we don't have a DK. Trust me, our timer is going to be fine. Our damage is good. Don't pull the divers in this. I guarantee you harpoons are going off. I'm making a route adjustment on the fly. Don't worry, I can do this. It'll be fine. Trust. It would not, because that one, see how that one's already going off? Yeah, no Resto Shaman, no DK. I think pulling all the divers would be troll. Pull the full diver pack later on. So, I normally pull the 3 divers on this, so there are 5 divers to deal with on this pull. They are force desync mobs, so they never cast at the same time. And you should be able to do that. But it gets chaotic, and the first few cast back there. And so if the first few are casting without a DK to grip, then you're in trouble. But our timer is really good right now, so no problem. And our DPS is pretty high. So watch what I'm going to do here. Don't be afraid. As a bear, even, if I don't have like bark skin or incarn for whatever reason, I send my shield wall. I'm literally not going to be afraid to send SI on that right there. I'll do it too. I will straight up, I'll send SI on that gather. Because that's the dangerous part. Gathering this, easy to do on bear, harder to do on other tanks. As a demon hunter, I would again think, I'm going to probably send Fiery Brand, Meta, and Feldev right when I get in there. And then I'll just maintain Soul Crush. Actually, this boss, very specifically on Demon Hunter, there's tech to understand about this next upcoming boss. Demon Hunters will die if they don't understand their Soul Crush stacks. Because the big dude who wallops you, he charges away from you, and then you don't have Frailty built up, or Soul Crush now. So you don't have the stacks built up, so when he comes back to you, if you don't have Feldev or Fiery Brand, like, you're in trouble. You have to have a plan for everyone. I understand DK can grip, but what Shaman? Shaman has range kick. You can reflect 1 tick of... For damage, Zan? For damage or for survivability? For damage? Okay. Because I can just sit in it as a tank anyways. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's good tech. Warrior's such a weird tank. It takes no damage until it does take damage. And then you're like, ow. Looking forward to the Shaman video then. The Shaman video will be good. When I make videos, I try to think about who I'm making them for. And I don't make them like the most nitty-gritty advanced thing, because the truth is, especially with Shaman and stuff though, I finally caught you. Thanks, Sally, for saying hi. I appreciate the conversation too and you sharing what you shared. On days like today, it's kind of my preferred stream type conversation. Because I'm like giga tired. And like I said, my brain's all over the place. I think I've started 3 topics and completely ignored all of them after. It'd be like that sometimes. Here, what are we listening to right now? Bye. See you later. It's not just ADHD, it's just general fatigue. On one hand, I want to tell you, I'm like, bro, I'm fine. Like, physically, like, my joints are good. I'm not in a lot of pain. Like, I'm chilling, you know? That's what I'd like to tell you. But I know that my nervous system needs time to readjust. You're a trauma surgeon, right? Do they ever go over CNS? Okay, so after somebody has had a surgery, yeah? Do you ever go over the prescription for rest is not necessarily a physical prescription, as in like, well, you're going to have swelling and this and that or whatever, right? The prescription for rest is often your body needs time to actually recover. Your central nervous system. What? My warrior is just 717. He has not finished. He's very behind on crest farming and stuff. All right, so what I want to do is I want to pull these crabs here. Did I just aggro those divers? Yep, I did. All right, YOLO. We're pulling divers instead. Congratulations. Listen to your body. It's good advice. Whoops, I thought we would kick the first one. I was going to save my kick for a second. I'll kick this. Except where I make a wound. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that perspective. I think too many doctors don't have that perspective, you know? Oh, but Corian, have you ever heard of EDS? Do you know what EDS is? Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Connective tissue disorder. Let's send the avatar. Nope, avatar was wrong. We killed that very quickly. All right, somebody pop this. Cool. Look at my thumb. Ready? Boop, 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 boop. See my thumb? That's super cool. I wish it was super cool. It's much more of a party trick. Yeah, so when I was younger, it was... We didn't know that I had it until way later in my life, because it's not so easy to get diagnosed with it, you know? Yep. So there's a lot of unknown and kind of hidden complications that come with the connective tissue disorder. Some people, like, it looks cooler than it is, you know what I mean, though? Right. So the problem with it is that you know that your insides also get bendy. The problem is not the thumb or even your joints dislocating, because that just hurts. But it's kind of like you have a lot of issues from that in terms of strength and stability. The real problem with EDS, I proc my cheat death here. I'm going to struggle on Big Mom a little bit. I was lazy. Okay. The real problem is it affects my stomach more than anything else. No, having said, yeah, exactly. The stiff joint thing, I find that to be, everybody's always like, man, I need more flexibility. Like, I wish I could touch my toes. I'm like, well, you can still touch your toes, but you don't have to go way past that, you know? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our timer is omega good, so don't worry about that. I have to make sure I live the big mama. But, so the point is, the main thing that it does to me is it affects my digestion. And I didn't know that when I was younger, so I struggled a lot. I don't mind going into boss, but I have to immediately basically go over here. I don't want to reset the boss. Please don't reset the boss. Good, I got it. Okay, good. Whew, scary. I'm not super fantastic. This is a boss that does hurt, and Warrior is not the best at dealing with this. On Warrior, I hate it. On Druid, it's fine. But Druid has extra Moonfire range. So that gather feels way better on Druid. Because I can Moonfire them. Warrior has to get to the top of the stairs to do it. 25 yards versus 40. Oh yeah, so basically, some people know Coriant, but I can't eat fiber. When I was 23, my stomach shut down and we had no idea why. Like, nobody really could figure it out because I was way too young to have gastroparesis. And they could not figure it out. And I was in hospitals, like I was admitted a lot and I had to do a bunch of stuff just to try to function back in the day when I was 23. And now we know why. But that's how I found out. That's how I was diagnosed with EDS, was actually through GI problems. And then they were eventually like, huh. And then they asked me about the family history. And I was like, oh yeah, my mom has all these things and my grandmother does. And they were like, So then my mom went to get checked and turns out she has EDS. And then I was like, oh. And then it turns out I have EDS. And I was like, aha, that makes sense. And from there, my life started to actually come together. Oops, okay, no problem. I'll be fine. I don't really need a lot of healing here. But before that, we didn't know. Yeah. But because we did, Ret Pally, Res, Ret Pally, you're the Res, Ret Pally, you're the B-Res. Help. That kick's gonna go. Not knowing sucks. Well, not knowing just led me to the wrong treatment. Because I was getting, when I was 17, my shoulders were hurting so bad. I'm gonna die, hold up. And we didn't know why, right? Hold up, this is getting a little out of hand. We might wipe. If we don't wipe here, we have a lot of time. So, focusing. So I was getting like Toradol injections, lidocaine injections, and whatnot in my traps and my shoulders and whatnot, though. I was playing my Prez earlier, and then I saw a few friends on, and it turns out that they need a tank. So, because they already have a healer. Holy. Are we saving it? Last tick. Good job. I was Drabs. Drabs, you have Brazil 19 yet? Oh, anyways. The reason that I was sharing this story was... I'm in the ground. Warrior gets kind of trucked here and I drop my shield. Hold up. Yeah, I think those are going to take you a bit to find. I think those are the hard ones for sure. Missed 19. Oh, you missed it with actual... You missed it? So you would have missed it by 1 second without that, or probably within the exact time frame then. So you would have had it. That's sad. Whew. All right, good save. We're good. Nice. Nice job. Grab this. Let the healer drink. Whoo. We good. Yeah, it's all good. Great save. We're solid. 17 minutes is excellent here. No problems. So, Corey, growing up, though, we didn't know I had all these problems, and so I was just a very sick kid. The weirdest thing now is that I can't eat fiber. That basically helped me, by the way, more than anything. Fiber and salt. I have salt pills next to me of varying kinds. I need way more salt than the average person, and I can't eat fiber. So no fruits, no vegetables, no seeds, no legumes. No nothing. Weird. Well, I live in Thailand, so I'm gonna die. I don't have cheat death. This pull actually kind of rocks my world a bit. I don't think I can live. Uh-oh. I can rally cry. I can try to back up. If we can settle it, maybe. Probably not. This pull is so hard. I can spell reflect. Oh, no. Ah, that'd be 15. Keeps me in business, though. That's true. That's true. Yes, it does. Oh. Can you go 15 real fast if you want? Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it. Whoa. Move my desk. $15 it is. I feel like if I actually geared my warrior, he'd be much better. He's missing like 10 item levels on the druid. Sounds good. Won first 2 games, but lost the third. Nah, you'll get it, Traps. But you just have to, if you really want score in Mythic Plus, you just have to like keep pushing and just keep pushing, you know? No, all good, all good. No problem. Hard chilling. So I got like salt pills next to me, and I have to make sure I actually have enough salt throughout the day. I never knew people with EDS needed salt tabs. Never seen them in practice. Pots. EDS comes with pots more often than not. Not always, and you have 2 different types of pots. And you also have HEDS and vascular EDS, right? But EDS often comes with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Once again, I used to define myself by these a lot because it was so impactful. I was like, man, I was just like, oh, I'm in pain, I'm ill, I can't do things, etc., etc. But the truth is these are all things that once I actually did this, though, once I figured them out, I was like, oh, it's not so bad. And I can find a way to be just fine. 6-second eco, that's cool. I think it's like for what we would place. Is there a competition for Horizon or something, though? Was there a competition for it, Drabs? This pally is funny. I do have fox ears. That isn't even a lie. There's finals tomorrow. Is there like a boosting competition? I should do that. Honestly, I have so many ults. I really do I should boost more. 50 million gold. God, I don't even want to know how much gold is traded in those communities. I'm not exactly poor, but I couldn't get like the midnight epic access with gold. I didn't have enough for that. And sometimes I don't like spending on rank 3. Like I have rank 2 Algari mana oils to save gold. I need a flask. 1 second. Wait, soap. Soap, you got flasks? Wait, what does the soap have flasks? Here, let me see. Honorary flask trade for my ult. Come here. Yes! Thank you, soap. Alright, ready. ready. I gotta go upgrade my weapon and my belt after this. Damn, does he know me? Does this paladin know me? Was that just a really lucky guess? I feel like he must have just had a really lucky guess or something. It's not so easy to just look at people and just assume you're like, you know what, this person, this one's a foot one, and this person, this one's definitely an armpit one. I don't think that's always so easy to find out. Some people just have a nose for it. I agree, King. I agree with you 100%. That's why we get along. I definitely think that if we were going to tier list rank the erogenous zones, I do also agree that armpits are kind of criminally underrated, you know? I feel like people don't give them the respect that they deserve. Gifo was summoned by this conversation. Oh, I fell. Here, I'm gonna go back up for them in a second. Wait. I'm pulling it slightly differently than I normally would. I got gifted a random sub to somebody I've never watched before, and then won 1 million gold in their stream. Dude, that's awesome. You want to share? Literally activated me. Fair enough. Fair enough. Not going to get hit in the back too much. Just want to pull this crab. Go charge here. Use my mobility. This is the stuff that's covered in the masterclass for tanking. Use your mobility. People don't use mobility enough. Whether it's a wild charge or this or whatever. I hope you're recovering well from your surgery, man. I hope so. Your surgery did not sound fun, DN. Oof. That did not sound like something that I would want to go through, you know? Yep. I would say that I feel for you, but honestly, I don't, because I can sympathize, but I can't empathize. I've been through a lot, you know? I've been through a lot, and medically speaking, I do feel like I have some pretty good perspectives. I feel like unless most people haven't had to shit out as many air balloons as I have had to shit out, and so you definitely develop a certain perspective after enough air balloons, but wait, what was that? Hold up. We can wait here for a second. That's fine. Wait for the healer for a second, though. Yeah, I hope as well that no one has to go through that, though. Any gastric? Well, most of them you're asleep for, depending. Like, I got knocked out for my colonoscopy and stuff. They did have an option in Thailand. You don't have to get knocked out for it. You have to pay extra for that. Actually, did you know that? So you have to pay extra for general anesthetic during a colonoscopy in Thailand. I don't know if that's standard procedure everywhere. As far as I know, that isn't standard procedure. This couple got a little messed up. Do you know? Wait, Corey, would you know? Trauma surgeon. Probably don't, you don't deal with this. What's the question? Where you live, is it common? Do you have to pay extra for general anesthetic during a simple colonoscopy or endoscopy? Or do you stay awake for it? Here, I had to tell them, I was like, there is literally no shot, no matter what you give me, that I'm going to be calm enough to sit there and lay still. So you're going to have to knock me out for that. But the other, I don't know, gastric procedures are not that bad. Most of them. I mean, most of the ones that I had to do, they did offer at one point, I was offered the surgery to, like, take out my bowels at one point. They were like, you're not quite there yet, but just as an option in your future, if things continue to progress to this point, we want you to know it's on the table, and we would do the surgery for you, and then you'd be on a feeding bag for the rest of your life. I'm glad I did not choose that, because I didn't have to do this, though. are done with sedation and not full. Yeah. I was sedated for mine. I couldn't do it. There's a limit to how much I feel like I needed anesthetic for that. I like how we're listening to Ghostbusters right now. Like, you guys hear the music is loud enough that you could hear we're listening to Ghostbusters, right? It's making me laugh, man. No, it is not. Also, afterward, taught me a lot about referred pain, because you know what happened to me after my colonoscopy? Like, I went home that day, and my shoulder hurt so much. My shoulder was just in incredible pain. And I learned about the fact that referred pain from the nerve being pressed on. You have any tips for tanks that only pug? Yeah, a lot. Like a ton. Pretty much I only pug. Shin. All my tanks, I pug 98% of my keys. Very occasionally I know the people I'm playing with, but most of the time it's a pug, or I've played with them like once before. I think the biggest thing is depending on the key level. I was the bravest man in WoW for that. There's a lot of people who pug, but it does change things. So for example, I always try to minimize casters in any route that has them. Oops, we don't have a res. No res, huh? Yep, no problem. Quick reset. Oh, it might not be Resil, but that's okay. I don't think you can, because we're gonna get the dispel, and there's no way to get the dispel off. Oh yeah, reset. Because I'm gonna ship for avoiding casters. No. You always want to avoid casters. No. Listen. As a tank player in Mythic Plus, if you're a tank player and you are pugging your keys, always avoid casters. If possible, always route around not pulling casters. If there's a way for you to skip divers or skip the casters in Priory, do it. Do not over pull casters. If there's one thing you can guarantee in a pug environment, it's that everybody's missing their kick. It's like, well, it's not that everybody misses their kick. Here, let me re-say that. That'll be a YouTube clip. Listen. Think we still good? Oh, no, sorry. No, definitely not here. It's either they don't kick or everyone kicks the first cast. If you're playing in a pug without communication and you're not in Discord with people, basically, if you are a pug player, the one thing you can be certain on is that either somebody's going to miss a kick at the beginning, somebody's going to miss a kick at the beginning of the pull, but pretty much what you do know for a fact is everyone's kicking everything. Crap time? Oh, guys, let's say GG's for sure. Oh, timer, 100%. You can't have a wipe on this boss and still time. Did you want to continue? You want to finish? Oh, sorry, I completely... Timer is 100% cooked if you wipe here. Okay. Go 14? Or is it Resil, or you want to keep going? I'm hard chilling, by the way. I either crest farm on Warrior. I can hop over to the Druid too, excuse me. Not Resil, no problem. I'm happy to go 14. I am literally just chilling. So first thing is the routing decisions you make. If you're trying to do a 12, do not overpull. You do not need to MDI pull. If you're trying to do a 15, you have to start routing a little bit more aggressively, but still don't overpull. If you're trying to do a 20, then you have to overpull. As in, and an example here is like this, right? No problem. Also, the rep pally, I hope he's watching my stream because I'm about to stretch. I just realized my shoulder felt tight. This is an example. Pull 4 in my floodgate. I would change this in a pug and I would not pull these 3 divers. Pull 3 yesterday on a 15. Pull 3 is where? Here? This one. I would not pull these 3 divers in. I would change this. If this was a 15, what I would do is I would pull these 2 with this. and a crab maybe. And then I would, the one before this one, chain it. So this one, the danger of this pull is the surveyor. If you wait until the first surveyor is dead, you can chain into the next one much easier. So you pull these 3, and then you wait. And you wait, and then you go here. And you would chain in. But you don't do it all together. So you pull this first, get settled, and you go. You just from a lag. Yeah, this also hurts. Bad route. You don't like this route in Floodgate? This is my favorite route for Floodgate. I think this is a giga route for time. It's definitely a higher route. I wouldn't do this in like a 12, but it's 100% I love this route. We had giga time. Like we're going to have, it's like an amazing timer route. And you don't skip the last 2 in this route. This route just takes the last 2 though. Yeah, no problem, no problem. I'm chilling. I'll do whatever. I don't mind playing Druid or Warrior right now. Speaking of which, let me put this in the Discord. Somebody asked me for the Floodgate route earlier. Season 3 dungeon routes. Good. Let me update it here, though. No problem on the last pull before going down to Swamp Face. The loader bots here, in this, it depends on your comp. If you're playing triple melee, these guys can get really tough. I like taking them personally because I find if you're playing, especially if you're playing like 2 range, depends on the comp you're playing. But what I would do here is the alternative to this is a whole bunch of extra crabs. And I don't like the crabs personally, though. When I was on the NA servers, did you swap already to EU? Gotcha. Well, if you play beta, then EU and NA can play together on beta. That's a cool thing, if you didn't know that. EU and NA can play together on beta, which is nice. I will be playing beta the second it goes. Floodgate. I never updated this. Until which key level? I would play it even in an 18, to be honest. I think 19 plus, you have to skip it. But like, even 17 or 18, I would play it, Shin. I played it in my 17. On the 18 that I did, I also played it. I think 18 is starting to push that boundary a little bit, but I don't like skipping it. Nah, just me. So I personally I don't like doing skips that have a high chance of... No. I'm literally hard chilling. The skip is kind of hard to do. Exactly. The skip has problems. And I don't like doing skips that have any amount of like concern with them personally. Now, Shin, I'm going to, by the way, so one thing I want to do, Shinosuka, is first of all, ask you if you like anime, because your name sounds like you like anime, okay? Second of all, I would have bet my house. Yeah, exactly. The bubble skip was an example, though. Oh, we all like anime here? Most likely, but you never know. But the second thing is that the guide is going to come to YouTube soon. It's not on there right now because the early access is just here. Oh, hey, Gusta. Oh, I miss your comment again. Morning, what's up? I'm not a meta healer and don't get invited to keys higher than 16. It's better to gear up a meta. Gusta, I have a answer for you. Are you still here, Gusta? So, Naruto from start to end. I watched it when it came out. Yeah, I grew up with Naruto. Naruto is one of those shows that I'm sad people don't grow up with it now. Like, imagine, like, Naruto taught me about life when I was growing up. I didn't have any friends in real life, so it helped me so much learning just, like, how to communicate with people and how to live. Naruto made a big difference in my life. But also grew up with it. If you rewatch, if you're going to introduce somebody to Naruto, you basically just don't. You skip the fillers. You got to skip fillers 100%. Oh, Shin, I just moved, so I was busy and I couldn't make any videos for a while, but I made a really awesome tank video. The 10-minute version will be out if you do not have the ability to support, no problem. The full version is here. if you're interested whatsoever, on the Patreon. That's the full extended version. That video is the best video I've ever made for tanking. By far, by the way. By far. The 10-minute version, the first 10 minutes of that will be out on YouTube maybe tomorrow if I can. Probably by like tonight, tomorrow. That will help you a lot. Any tank that is pugging and doing that, it'll really help explain a few concepts. There are so many things that tanks don't think about. One of the biggest things I think that is not taken into consideration is when you gather. That's fine. I could play bear or whatever. I don't mind. I'm just gaming. So one of the things is when you gather, you have to make sure you're responsible for your health bar. If you've never healed before, you might not know this. But if a healer has to send direct healing on you, then you are going to cause a cascading ripple effect. If your health drops on a gather and the healer direct heals you, they're going to take threat. If they take threat, one of the mobs that you're gathering is going to go like this. And as you're running here, that mob is going to go do-do-do-do-do. And then when that happens, your DPS is going to hit it because they're going to panic. And then all of a sudden, now your DPS is aggro. So now you as a tank have to go from here, and then you have to charge over, leap over, and try to get aggro on this guy. And then when you get aggro on this dude, now the problem is that you have to still go back over here and grab this, but now you're getting hit in the back, so now you die. And you're like, ah, man, what did I do wrong as a tank? Make sense? King. Did you do that just now? Wait, King. Was that you? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Just a little? No, I mean, it's... it means a lot. It really does. Thank you, King. I appreciate the donation. I don't know how to get it to come up on screen. I just see it come up on my phone, but I don't see it come up here. Oh, thank you for the actual donation. That's very nice. You know what's crazy, King? I'll tell you something. I won't tell anyone else how much you gave. But do you want to know something? This is something that's very misunderstood. So that donation, probably, if I ended stream right now, that would be exactly probably how much I make off the entire stream today. Most likely. So randomly, if you get a donation like that, you're like, ah, that's cool. It like literally doubles it. It really makes a big difference. What are you playing? A street? Okay. Why no one plays hard mode? I don't think people need hard mode as much anymore, so maybe it's hard to find people now for hard mode. Man, I really missed the YouTube comment I wanted to respond to. Gusta. Yeah, it's pretty on a like a low energy or like a chill stream like this, King. It really is like that. Maybe like depends on how long. If I stream for another few hours, maybe it'll be like half that or whatever though. You mean no, I don't wax my armpits. I shaved once. I bet yeah, no, it's okay, King. It's not, so that's why I think the mentality has to shift a little bit, and it's like you don't want to stream for financial reasons. The main reason to do it is to connect with people. Because I don't know, I don't like meeting people in real life. I much prefer people as a concept, and I'm not so much in person. They chew very loudly and they make noises. You know? We're not meeting in BlizzCon? Nah. Well, I'm not flying out there, first of all. I like people. People are the most fascinating puzzle of all time. Like, people are so cool, but they're very loud and kind of annoying in real life. So I much prefer meeting them online. And this is the extent of my social interaction. Well, I have 2 cats and I have bearded dragons, but I don't think they count as socializing. My bearded dragons are not the most social creatures. They're kind of social, but they're just way too filled with sass to be actually social. I should play an execute build for this key. Oh well. Do 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 do. Street's not hard. Do 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 bam 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 bam. Corian, you got a favorite anime? Both passed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sidious. They're really cute. How old were they? How long did you have them for? They're really weirdly cute. Like, I don't think people understand exactly how cute they are. Did I just trigger my cheat from this? Kind of surprised. They're just... I don't think I've ever seen creatures with less survival instincts than the bearded dragons. They're just so randomly, like... For example, I introduced the bearded dragons to the cats. Now, you would think that this creature would be like, you know what I'm going to do? Not fight the cat, because that's a bad idea. No. They immediately squared up. Both of them. Basically tried to fight this giant apex predator. And I'm just like, why? Like, play dead. Do something different. Yeah, it's really, they're not, they're very cute, and I do kind of like, I like them a lot, but they're not the most intelligent of creatures. Like, at one point I tried to teach them how to, like, recognize, like, come here, and it wasn't going to happen. It was a really nice thought, but it was not meant to be. Lizard brain. Literally. Yes. Actually, though, yeah, that kick's going. Oof. High heel full. Whoop. How are you tonight? Tired a bit, but doing okay. Just like a bit all over the place. Kind of like woo. Chilling. Did you ever run? Oh no, I forgot. I completely. You're right. I forgot. I read half of it, and then I got distracted. I forgot. I'm not the sort of person who would tell you I read it if I didn't actually read it. Like, there are some people who would be like, yeah, of course I read it. No, I actually didn't. I forgot. I would so much rather just be honest than be like, I got super overwhelmed with stuff. Yeah. It's my bad. I am so busy these days. Like, my schedule right now is kind of like, so today, whenever I end stream, I'll start working on the next Patreon video. And then after that, I'll have like a little bit of time, and then I'll probably just go put dinner in the air fryer, hang out with Kitty for a second while I eat, and then I gotta go to the gym. And then I have just a few calls tonight, not that many. Sunday's kind of chill, so I have a few calls tonight. Tomorrow I wake up around 7 a.m., so I'll probably head to bed around like 1. I wish I could sleep better. So I'll probably head to bed around like 1, and then I'll wake up around 7. Any clicking buttons with a mouse? Why not? I think I'm doing pretty good. That's how I like to play. Sometimes I also like to hop around like this. It's called I'm a little bored. But look at my health. You tell me if it matters. I'm not missing globals on the warrior. Boss is still too healthy to chain into the other ones. He doesn't have bubble. Yeah. Sometimes I think that everyone plays a little differently. This is how I like to play. 34%. I'm going to wait for one more before I pull those overseers. Yeah. People focus so much on min-maxing World of Warcraft sometimes that they forget that it's actually a pretty individual game. Like, the level of customization here is a lot. There's a lot of customization in this game. And ultimately, did you just feign that? Oh, Soap, you can't feign it if you didn't know that. You have to turtle it, though. About 500 IO. I also play with 200 plus ping. What's my ping right now? Yeah, you got to figure out what works for you. Different strokes for different folks. That's true. Yep. Great way to put it. Great way to put it. Some people like a lighter, more passive strategy. Some people prefer a little bit more of an aggressive strategy. Some people prefer a you should really wash your feet before this strategy. That's GFO. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of different ways to interpret this, and ultimately there's no right or wrong answer here. It's kind of just a little preferentially up to you. Yeah, the thing with Warrior is that it does, even at my item level, which is 10 less, these guys don't snap very well. Even at my item level, which is literally 10 less than everyone else. Careful. Oof. There's probably a difference between the smell and the dirt, though, Gfo. Like, maybe not. I don't know. I've seen some stuff. If you ever came to Thailand, I could take you places. I've never actually met anybody from stream before, but just for the sake of shock value, I'd probably do that. Like, I'm pretty sure I would hold myself to that. Just literally for no other reason than just to kind of, that one is definitely just to kind of prove that I wasn't joking. Feet. Who said anything about that? Corian, were you like this? I have a feeling you might relate to this. For a lot of my life, I had a really intense upbringing, so I didn't really know how to be, like, chill. But then the real issue with that was how do I say? No, I lost my train of thought. Never mind. You probably can't relate to this then. Maybe not. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. I don't know. What was I going to say? It was going to be really good, damn it. That was a good one. Oh, yeah, no, this. So I used to go for shock value. One of the ways that I connected with people was that I would basically, like, I really appreciated just doing things, like, for shock value. I'm in the wrong position here as a warrior. Hold up. Does that make sense? So I really, like, enjoyed the idea of, like, oh, yeah, but let me one-up you on this. And people would be like, oh, my God. That was kind of like my perspective on things. Was like, oh, let me just show you I'm more extreme than you. Oh, my problems are worse than your problems, etc., etc., etc. But as I got older, I realized that that was like a defense mechanism, and I was just trying to protect myself. Because actually, all that does is it distances you from other people. So when you say, for example, like, you think you have depression, but my depression is worse than your depression. You can still get up out of bed? Ha ha, my legs went numb years ago. It's like, yeah, Yeah, but that doesn't actually serve you. Like, that doesn't, like, that's just a. When you get into a dick measuring competition about who has it worse with mental health, you are actively making your own mental health worse. Like, it literally doesn't help you. In fact, it specifically hurts you. So, yeah. Whoops. We have 2 reses. We can send them. I'll try to. I don't have any CCs on this. Careful, careful. So, I stopped going for shock value, and it was around the same time. And one of the reasons I did this is because I inherently thought that nobody could ever understand or appreciate like the things that I went through. So I was like, yeah, but no one will ever understand me. So I'm basically Batman. Like, I'm dark. I'm just so dark and moody. Rally cry this one. But then I realized when I was a little older that I wasn't helping myself by doing that. And the truth is, you don't need people to understand exactly what you went through in life. You just need people to understand how you felt. Because that's what you want people to relate to you on. Hey, Elsian. I'm going on a deep life tangent right now. It is a tangent, though, so you're welcome to stay with me on this tangent. Basically, I was talking about the fact that I think that we get so caught up sometimes in thinking that we need people to understand everything we've been through, but a lot of people have quite unique stories. So the truth is, you'll probably never understand what I've been through in my life, right? Because my life is fairly unique. Just like if I knew about you, I might not understand or have relations with exactly what you've been through because I don't know, you seem like a pretty unique person. Every time I've been on your stream, I wouldn't be able to assume that I'm like, oh yeah, I could definitely empathize with everything you've been through. But you don't need people to understand you in that way. What you need is for people to understand what you felt. Right? I don't think that's inherently true. I just think that we care in ways that we can't always show. I think that the problem might be receiving those emotions. Not the actual caring. Basically, though, rather than say, right, it's not the stories of the life. I don't need you to have been through what I've been through because that's, well, it's simply not going to happen. I know my stories, and they're fairly objectively unique. But have you ever felt depressed? Have you ever felt anxious? Like severe, like have you ever really been so anxious before that you struggle to breathe? Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. There are some people who actually their answer to that question is like, nah, I just sort of chilling. And I'll be like, all right, well, in that case, you can go. I don't know how that works. But for the most part, I genuinely do feel like a lot of people have experienced more than you think they have in terms of emotion. If you would just say, have you ever struggled with self-worth? Oh, we don't have a DK to grip that. Oh, it's going to chain. That's a problem. Because like, oh, okay. We hadn't. You know, we might be okay. But, we might not. I'm going to live. I'm not worried about me. I'll rally cry this, but those kicks are going off for sure. Technically, they take extra damage right now, so that's kind of nice. I'm not worried about me living. I am now. I'm going to die now. I wasn't expecting that. I'm still probably going to live, but we're going to have to chain release here in a second. Uh-oh. Well, we don't have a lot of control for it. It's not like actually there was much anybody could do about that. Well, Well, because we didn't. I guess we could have kicked it, but aside from kicking it, it's not like there's actually no knockback or positional abilities that anyone has on this team. To be fair, my bad. Let me hop over to the druid. I'm done with warrior now. On my druid, I can do more than that. On that note, time to sleep. Later. Thanks for coming to say hi, hello, Elzian. Empathy is a skill, yes. But I think that you improve upon empathy when you realize some fundamental truths about people. My empathy changed for people when I realized that not a single person ever wakes up and decides to fail. Self-sabotage is a real thing, but nobody wakes up and says, you know what I want to do today? Fail. Like, everybody out there is trying their best. Like, everybody's doing their absolute best, man. People are just really, like, giving it their absolute all. If you go just watch the street for a second, you'll see thousands of people pass by. And thousands of people are just giving their honest, best attempt at life. No, everyone. I know a lot of people will respond to this and they'll say it's not everybody, because there are some malicious people out there. There are some people you don't know. I mean, this person doesn't. They're lazy. They don't try. It's like, trust me, they try. Life is hard, dude. Life is hard. I guarantee you they have tried. Maybe at this point in their life, a series of events have inspired them not to try anymore. But I guarantee you they did at some point. No one wakes up and wants to fail. Yeah, you don't know what their situation is. But it's not just that. Even if they did come from a shitty background, like, even if they did come from that king, it's still more than that. Yeah, let's do it. Here, I have a 17 on my druid. Do you want to do that? I got 17 on druid. Do this. Let's do that. Yeah. And that can differ, exactly. But so, to be fair, sometimes you're best with respect, and this is also, you can believe that, but you can also believe that sometimes people best is not enough. It doesn't have to be one-sided. You can't just go, well, I believe everybody does their best, period. And that means that no one should ever be faulted and as always good enough. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But it's from an empathetic point of view, it's like everyone's trying and things are just really hard sometimes. And eventually, it's just logic. Like, it's just how we work, you know? It's just how human beings work. Like, eventually you give up. If you bash your head against something and you try 10 times and 10 times you fail, the logical step is to not try anymore. It's a waste of effort. That team, I still have a gambit. Let's use 17 gambit. Just go gambit. Can do. I still have the gambit here. All right, I ran out of feathers. Those leagues. I feel DK. Yeah. You guys are fine. Illyria. I care zero about IO. I don't know if you've been listening whatsoever. Have you been listening to my stream at all? Do you listen to me while we're playing Illyria? Also, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Illyria? It's like the realm. Your iPad died. I am anti-locked in. I'm the most anti-locked in to these keys that you've probably, like, compared to any tank you've ever played with. I might as well have 2 separate Netflix movies on. I am not focused whatsoever. I'll focus a little bit more here. Yeah, you could play whatever. I'm having fun? Excellent. That is what matters. That's what matters. I do inherently I do believe that, though. I really do. That in my line of work, In my line of work, right? So I work with people who are overweight. A lot of the people I work with are overweight, although not all of them. Sometimes people actually want to gain weight. But in working as a trainer over, damn, it's crazy to think about this, but basically a decade of my life, I've got to work with all sorts of people. And I can certifiably tell you this. Every single person I've ever worked with who is overweight or obese has tried multiple times to lose weight. Not a single person was ever like, no, I haven't tried everything before. One of the questions to ask and one of the conversations to have in the consultation is, tell me about the things you've tried. Because I need to identify, part of my job is to identify where we failed and why that failed so we can make a better strategy. But like it's like I guarantee you 100%. I'll stand by that. But they didn't have the right information. They were in the wrong environment, et cetera, et cetera. There's many, many reasons why you would fail on that to lose weight. And then eventually, so weight loss looks like this. Weight gain tends to look like this. Weight gain very rarely looks like this, by the way. Very rarely does it go like this. It actually almost always goes like this. And dips a little, dips a little, dips a little. And these are the processes where it's like you try really hard, you crash diet for like however long you can, and your body goes nope, and you gain more weight, and you go here, and you go boop, 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 like this. You have EDS? Illyria, really? Do you really? That's so random. Most people don't even know what EDS is. Whoa. Let's play... I want to play this type of music today. Let's go here. What are we doing? And you do. Oh, Illyria. Well, then I'm sure you can understand some of the struggles with it. Oh, wait, wrong augment rune. Here, here, here. Well, it's kind of weird that I'm dancing right after saying that. Sorry, my bad. I like this song. So are you also sitting super weird? Or do you also sit like this when you're throughout the day? Do you also just randomly, because my camera, by the way, is a lot, like you don't always see it, but sometimes I'm just sitting on my computer chair and I'm just like this, or sometimes I'm straight up, like I got one foot on my desk. Oftentimes I'll have a foot on the desk. I'll be like stretching here or whatever. Sometimes I even have one foot. Yeah, sometimes I have one foot over the side of my chair. It's okay. I got shorts. I have underwear on today. Hold up. I got underwear on today. No problem. You're good. So sometimes I'll sit like this. But you don't notice I'm doing that. You would never know. But oftentimes I'll just be like this and my foot it'll be dangling like this. But most of the time my legs are crossed and I'm always fidgeting. Yeah. Yeah. I have the weirdest gaming positions. You should see me play mobile games. When I used to game competitively, like in mobile games, yeah. So when I used to play like ROV and stuff, like mobile games and stuff, though. Basically, my favorite position when I get serious about mobile gaming is something that cable would pay money to see. That's how I'll describe that. All right, let's go. Let's drop Rage and play this for fun. It's Brazil. Actually, I shouldn't tell you. It's not Brazil. Lock in. I don't have a Secret Labs chair. My computer chair is $40 US. But it's kind of breaking now, so I have to get a new one soon. Whee. If If you watch my how to tank video, you will, I specifically went over this pull and why this pull will succeed. I do need a new mouse though, because I went to get that kick and I didn't get it. Do. Guess the Guardian Druid damage. We actually killed that so fast that I'm not even going to get my full in card, which is kind of sad. Do. Showed you that you macro Iron Fur? Yes. A friend started tanking on his Druid and I showed him that, yeah, it's really helpful. It actually, like, it didn't make a lot of sense for some seasons, but right now you should absolutely just macro your Iron Fur. I know that there's still a lot of Guardians who are very resistant to this. It was often quoted as being something that, like, oh, you shouldn't do this. That's just straight up, like, at this point, it's misinformation. Like, you should absolutely macro your Iron Fur. There's no real reason not to. You'll say, like, oh, it's pure preference, but actually, try it. You could still mouse wheel as much as you want, but you will not waste rage. And with our current rage economy, it's, like, really tough not to waste rage. Well, there's an extra Fishmancer. Careful, careful. I highly recommend. I mean, at this point, basically, just take the leap. Take the leap of faith and just send it. It's time. Although, keep in mind that we're not going to do that in the War Within. I do have a cook about Guardian Druid. I've been paying attention to the Guardian Druid Discord when I can and seeing how people are thinking about the changes and whatnot. I have a cook that will upset people. 100% I have an idea for how we might play next season, and no one is going to like it. Like, it's gonna really upset a lot of people when I say that. I don't necessarily want to tell you right now because I have to formulate it a little bit more. But there is a fundamental, interesting thing that might happen with Guardian. At least I think. Big pull. Whee! One thing that people over-prioritize a little bit is greeting tank damage. But the thing with greeting tank damage is that it's not a good idea. You will do more tank damage. Like this pull right here as an example, this enables overall tank damage in the key. So if you're like, wow, Wu did a fair bit of Guardian Druid damage as key. A lot of it is because I pulled massively for no reason. And my team is probably going to wipe because I did this. Now, it's fun, because yay for big damn, but we don't actually have enough cleave on the fish sticks. So I'll probably skip this pack when we do it again. Because on one hand, I want to show off, and I'll be like, guys, good look at my Guardian Druid damage. But on the other hand, my team's about to wipe because I pulled this big. Knowing that, I could inflate my overall damage, do it anyways, and now I get to pad, so I'm at 10 mil. But it's not worth it. Reset real fast. Let's skip that. Actually, Arcane Mage and stuff, we shouldn't be pulling the fish sticks. I go left. Nah, Maxwell, it's one of the best things you could ever do. And I'll have a conversation with you rather than... I don't want to just tell you that, Maxwell. I don't want to be like... Maxwell, I'm not going to be like one of those guys who just tells you, you have to do it. No, let's have a conversation about why macroing Iron Fur is actually a good thing right now. So there are two main reasons why you wouldn't want to macro Iron Fur. But if you really want to get in depth, there's three. Okay? There are three main reasons why you would not want to macro Iron Fur. Number one is the obvious one, which is B-resing. B-resing costs 30 rage. So you might not be able to B-res if you've macroed your Iron Fur. Number two, cool, is that in between packs, it's helpful if you can save rage. So let me finish this point, Quiver, and then I'll answer that. No, I haven't played it yet. But so number two is... Wait, we got to start from the top because I can actually just... Let's make this a thing. Cool? Here we go. Let me get into the key and I'll make this a thing. I'm going to go number 2 point here for why you should just macro Iron Fur, or why you shouldn't, is that you want to save rage between pulls, because it'll make you tankier to walk into the next pull with 80 rage banked. Okay. Number 3 is there are some tank busters that are physical, and you want to pool your Iron Fur for them. An example being the first boss of this dungeon with Shearing Strikes. But Shearing Strikes doesn't ever hurt you, so as long as you have 1 Iron Fur, plus you have plenty of defensive rotation, you won't die to it. The main boss that you want to pull Iron for, there's literally 1 this entire season, and it is the second boss of Dawnbreaker, because that strike is half magic, half fizz. And the amount of Iron Fur stacks might actually make or break you living that. If you drop your Iron Fur from 2 to 1, you can die on an 18. So, literally, that is the only encounter this season. There used to be a few others that it mattered for. Yeah, like a last boss, Theater of Pain, or Dretha. Her strike was also half magic, half physical. Those are the 3 reasons why you should not macro Iron Fur. But right now, all 3 of those reasons can be mitigated with a single button change. Literally 1. Just macro your Iron Fur, dude. Just macro your Iron Fur. If you're a Guardian Druid player, please just macro your Iron Fur. You're going to have such a better time. You're going to have an unbelievably good time if you just macro your Iron Fur. Because all you have to do to mitigate every single problem I just talked about, okay, is put Mangle right here. Done. Problem solved. We probably have to reset, by the way, because I forgot our comp, and I shouldn't have pulled all of this. I was super distracted. Maybe we can actually do it? Oh, wow. Good job, team. Well, I'm surprised. Wow. Nice job. Nice job, team. I'm impressed. Normally, I don't pull those extra casters. But we did it, and I missed every single one of my kicks there. Color me surprised. Indeed. Does that answer your question, though, Maxwell? So those are the 3 main reasons of why people talk about not macroing Iron Fur. There are plenty of reasons to macro Iron Fur. This season, there's no reason to pool Rage. There's just, at 0 point, do you really need to worry about pooling Rage? And in between pulls, if you really want to min-max, and this just doesn't matter because the truth is, Guardian is so tanky right now, it doesn't actually need to worry about a lot of this. But let's say that you were, for some reason, worried about living. You could just not cast something and hit Moonfire. Don't macro it's a Moonfire. Just macro it's a Thrash and Mangle. I still scroll wheel out of a habit, but you will waste Rage. Like, our haste values are simply too high, and our rage gen is simply too high. It'll change at midnight. We won't have the same rage gen at midnight. But yeah, just macro your Iron Fur, dude. Look at my damage. And my health hasn't moved. Is 100% worth it? No. Quiver, I haven't tried Fellowship, but I have an interesting... My opinion on Fellowship is that it's about to hit the same point as Mythic Plus has. It sounds like a really fun game until you realize that doesn't it just have the same exact problems as Mythic Plus? Doesn't it? Like, what's different about compared to Mythic Plus? And the reason I say that is because... Man, my brain. Sorry, I'm trying to make a point. Okay, backpedaling. All you have to understand is this. When people reach the key level where they start to have to deplete and reset the dungeon or the... What are they called in Fellowship? Again, like each run, they're going to have to reset a bunch because it's Resil. Then it will feel the same as M+. It's just that progressing to that point is super fun. And then the gear system, although there's infinite upgrades, eventually you get capped. And when you get capped, it'll feel the same as the Mythic Plus. So I don't think it has longevity because I think that it doesn't solve the main problems that WoW has with Mythic Plus. Does that answer that question? But I could be very wrong. And it does look super fun. It do look kind of fun. When I see people playing it, I kind of want to play it. There's a part of me that wants to play. I humbly ask for a little bit of grace. If I start making a point about gaming and/or literally anything, I'm real tired. And if I mess up the point and I say the wrong thing, don't take it as gospel today. My brain just ain't braining. So if I say something and you're like, that's a bad take, maybe, probably, that makes sense. I'm very tired now. I spent most of my effort, like, doing the masterclass on how to tank guide, which I'm very excited about. I think that's super cool. Like, probably the best video I've ever made on tanking. I think it will help a lot of people because I think that I tried to cover things that maybe you know, but a lot of times people don't know those things. Part 2 will feature the other things that people don't think about. But I really hope that that video helps. That's the type of video that will help people with tank anxiety. I think, in my opinion. I say not timing a key is not as punishing, but isn't that because it's 15 minutes? Like, it's a little shorter. The duration of key is a little shorter, right? There's no busy work. It's very lean in a good way. But won't there become busy work? Kind of. That's the main thing that draws me to Fellowship, is just the idea of like, oh, I don't have to raid. I don't have to think about this, though. I think you can lock in for... I mean, yeah, 18 eco, like, to tank it heal full? Or to heal it? I think I've already healed it, didn't I? 18 eco, not hard. I already have it, though, and I'm playing with these folks for today. So maybe not today. Whoops. Tanking 18 eco dome is not hard except for the end. You have to position carefully at the end, but that's pretty much it. DN, are you here? We have no DK to grip that. After this, I might get a little snacky. Well, for what it's worth, if you are chilling, thanks for hanging out, lurking while I'm tired. It's a good tired, but I think it'll take my body a while to adjust to just moving houses. Not just moving houses, it's like major life changes. For once, the moving a house is the easy part. That's actually the easy part. All the other things are much harder than that. Top left. Roar. Bam. Nice. We'll face him here. Might hold Incarn. To be honest, Quiver, I think I'd agree with you. I think I agree with you. And that's actually one of the worries that I have. Because I don't have time right now to learn a new game. I barely have enough time to play WoW. Like, I've already basically kind of, not quit necessarily, but I've already fallen so far behind this season because I just don't have time to play. So I definitely don't have time to learn a whole nother game. I would definitely enjoy it competitively. So I would want to be pushing the score on Fellowship. And that was what would take away the joy from me, because I'd have to actually invest in the game to learn, to do it properly, etc., right? All right, let me do old Shadowlands tech, because we might be able to phase this boss. I don't think so. I can drag him. You can drag him to the corner to get a few extra seconds, but nope, these casts run off. Error, just low off. Get lucky, nice. But I agree with you. Like, I don't like the fact that I have to worry about my raid items. I wish, as a way to put it, I want to play my Prez Evoker, right? But my Prez Evoker doesn't have the boots from Soul Hunter, and doesn't have a lot of what he needs to actually do higher keys. So now I have to think about, well, if I want to do those things, I have to raid. And then I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to raid. I don't want to have to worry about all that. This tip is going, if I make a bear video for Patreon with all the tips and tricks, that's going on there. You can reset the cooldown of Lunar Beam by going into cat form. Yeah. I think so. The thing is, I think I'd be good at Fellowship. And the other big thing, the other big benefit to me is there's a Singaporean server. There's an Asian server. There's actually a Southeast Asian server on Fellowship. Oh, man. Quiver, I want to know what it's like to play the game with double-digit ping. Single or double-digit ping. Oh, man. That sounds so good. I wish. I always play WoW with triple-digit ping. 200 plus. Imagine how cool it would be for me to play on, like, not 200 ping. Oh, amazing. And to stay in corner. That sounds amazing. I don't mind chaining this, but let's try not to pull it early. Yeah, so the learning curve for me would actually be learning those dungeons, learning those classes. I think you should know me well enough by now, Quiver, to know I just care a lot. So if I'm going to play a game, then I tend to really play the game. Like, I'm the type of person who's going to invest and actually learn, like, all the intricate mechanics from a healer's perspective, from a tank perspective, from a this perspective, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Whoa! Bro, was I in the water? Oh, yeah. Bro, no way. That was amazing. Yeah. I didn't realize that I was in the water. I had no idea. I really wasn't paying it. Because I was like, I'm not going to die. Bro, I was in the water. I got eaten by a shark. This pull might get spicy, actually. Oh, I overlapped my CC. Kick on the healer. Got it. Or stomp it. That was really funny. I don't think that's happened to me since Shadowlands. I literally don't remember the last time that I got Giga eaten. Oh, my brand trinket resets. If you ever have a death and a key, it's so punishing as a tank now. Good. Nice. Very good. Very good pull. Nice drop. Nice drop. Easy time if we can get through this boss. But for me, it's absolutely part of the fun of the game, Quiver, is definitely like being able to min-max, being able to learn, being able to figure out how I can improve my own gameplay. That's part of the fun for me. But I also think that WoW would be a better game. That's me saying that. So this is 100%. I'm a competitive type person. And I still think that WoW would be a better game without logs. Not just without logs, but also probably without details too. I also think without details. I wouldn't like it. Like, I would personally prefer it if they had those things, but maybe not logs. I don't really use logs that much. But I do think that WoW would be it would be a better ecosystem for gaming if it had that. In cap roar for a second. I get him. Nope. Okay, these ones. Nice mining shot. War Stomp it. Set the breath. Typhoon it. Beautiful. The dragon boss. Alright, run. Back over here. Run back this way. Focusing. The vortex is good. Wild charge, immobilize. Need one more CC. Well, that one's going to go through. We do not have a lot of CCs from me here. We just have binding, basically. Now, this first one's easy, as long as everybody's in the right spot, that is. Okay, watch the fire. Move out this way. This one's free. Next one is here. This spot right in this corner. We're good. Incap it. Roar. That one in the corner, somebody was a little far. It's okay. Ooh, that vortex snapped it back the wrong way. Typhooning him out. Kill the boss. All good. 13 minutes. I think the Final Fantasy community is known for being great for other reasons, to be fair. The Final Fantasy community has Lalafels. Which is a bit strange. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. We have no DK. Let's play this safe. If we want the IO and we just want the 17 on the board, I think we should pull this kind of safe. Watch the frontal. Bring it back here. Make sure we swap to that pulsar immediately. Good. We got this. Now, there's something about Final Fantasy, the way that the game is structured is that it's clearly meant to be fun. Like, yes, there's competitive content, but it's not the point of the game. It's not designed to be fun. It's designed to... it's not designed to be League of Legends. It's not actually designed to be like that. It is specifically designed to be fun. And I actually think that is a game design thing. And if they did that with WoW, it would be better. The ecosystem of WoW would be better if they actually designed it with more fun things in mind. Okay, this pull here, I'm going to SI to gather. We're just doing this, by the way. No stars here. It's going to be super sad, but trust me. Like, trust me on this. This is a pug adjustment, because I think that one of these rifts is going to go off otherwise. Kicking this one. Yep. We have interrupt for the next rift. We have time. I know it's sad. It's going to be really sad for overall damage. Like, I'm going to be less than 5 million because of this, but it's okay. Like, it's all good. No worries. Okay, now we can chain this guy in. Is an RPG second? Yeah. But I think that I think that one of the issues with WoW is that a lot of people still treat WoW like it's an RPG first. Like, yes, it's an MMO, but a lot of people care so much about their class fantasy. Like, that is the reason they play this game. So many people, in fact, specifically play WoW because of the class fantasy. That's literally the reason they're here. And so, you know, and I think that, but WoW doesn't design the game with that in mind. I actually think that's a shame, to be honest. I do. Because I think it would be a better game if they had a little bit more awareness of that. I will not let this rift go off. Vortex Typhoon, stun, everything we gotta do. I've got a kick for it after. Nice, good job. I can save my kick for the next one. Yeah, I'll probably save my kick just in case. Remember, this comp is very limited on kicks. I'm getting this rift. I won't let it go. Good. When I made a video about Protection Paladin, and I was like, yo, guys, I think Prot Pally's in trouble. Remember, people on that video, they were commenting. They were like, guys, what are you talking about Protection Paladin in trouble? I was talking about the gameplay. I was talking about the fact they removed CDR. And I was like, this is going to feel really weird. This has always been a part of Prot Pally, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And people were like, it still has yellow consecrate. I'm like, you're still a warrior of the light. And I was like, bro, what are they talking about? Because I'm thinking from a gameplay. I'm thinking from an MMORPG. They're thinking from a class fantasy. Also, this is insane tech that I just learned when I healed 18 Gambit the other day. Watch these next assassins. Look at this spot. This is beautiful. Watch the next spawn. If I've done this right, which I think I have, look at the next spot. Wait for them to spawn. This is the no DK strat, because we don't have grips. So A, they spawn on the boss, and B, they don't jump out. Even without Vortex, they should not jump out. That's kind of good tech. Because imagine this comp. Like, this comp has no DK. It has no ability to grip them back in. That's good tech. That's like genuinely good tech. I feel like that tech, they're not going to fix this. There's no way they fix this, by the way. Like, I can guarantee there's no way they fix this. Quiver, do me a favor. Can you type in 344 in chat right now? Just type 344 for me. 344, okay? Because I don't want to miss a global. Okay, I'll type it. I got it. 344. Cool. Thank you. I have to remember to clip it after. That one I didn't get to clip in time because I forgot to do the exclamation clip. Hi, Mr. Heel Wagon. Good morning. Good morning to you. How's it going? Good, because I'm letting myself feel whatever it is that I'm feeling. Yes, so good. Pretty good. I just moved houses. Well, if that's how I feel, Drabs, then, you know, that's how I feel. No, mostly because I'm accepting the fact that I'm stressed and I'm just not going to have the right headspace. Like, my head's going to be all over the place, and that's okay. Like, that's totally fine. I think that's actually an underrated life skill, is to accept the fact that sometimes you just feel kind of meh, you know? How's the living together? So far, really good. We're both stressed, and we both have different ways of dealing with that stress. Defensive, defensive, defensive. Pain, sup yourself, sup yourself, sup yourself, sup yourself, sup yourself, sup yourself. Oh my god. That was close. It's fine to be stressed. You know, I think it is okay to be stressed. And I think that one of the things we really do wrong in our lives is try very, very hard all the time not to be stressed. It's just a stressful time, Heal. There's just a lot going on for me, man. Like, I just moved houses. I'm starting a new relationship. You know, I've picked up a little bit more work, which is good, but fun and a challenge in its own right. So, are we doing the star? Mage has it? Good. I'm going to roar for the mage, too. Easy key. I'm not worried about it because it's a good stress. This type of stress that I feel right now, it's a very productive stress. I'm like, you know what? I'm happy because I chose this. This is like my adventure. There's a quote I heard the other day, and it really was a massively good quote, man. And it just said, how wonderful it is to be exhausted in the pursuit of something wonderful. Or something like that, you know? That's basically the quote. It was like, how awesome is it that you're exhausted in the pursuit of your dream, or whatever it was. And I was like, that's a great way to look at it, honestly. GG's. That was with very safe pulls, except for the first. Nice. Yeah, you're welcome. You guys well deserved. I mean, you saw the timer on that. No problem at all. And that's kind of how I feel right now. How are you, Heal? How are you? I actually was going to stretch anyways. Just so you know, this wasn't super weird. It's not as weird as it sounds. Although I probably could shower. Oh, but did it right? No, you were great. We should have got this before, but I was trolling a little. Well, I remember I got eaten by a shark that run. I was literally eaten by a shark. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Of course. You're welcome to add you. Have I not added you already? I got eaten by a shark. The healthiest people are the ones that can reintroduce stress to their life. I see what you're saying here, Quiver, and I kind of agree with you. Yep, I kind of agree with you. Oh, have I not added you? Well, my friends list, do I have space? Illyria, where are you? There you are. I think I have space. The diet and exercise is so non-obvious. You think so? Even though it's obvious on its own? I kind of agree with that. I think that there's a lot of misinformation about diet and exercise because it's both simultaneously very difficult to do, but also really not that hard to do. People over-exaggerate and think, well, the only way that I'm going to exercise properly is if I go to the gym, 6 days a week for an hour. It's like, actually, if you just stood up from your chair right now and then sat back down, that's a squat. Congratulations. And that's all you need to do. So, okay, so you might know something about this then, Heal. When you want to change your life, sometimes you think in these grandiose terms, but oftentimes that leads to failure, whereas if you just start with small but achievable steps, then you can build upon that success, and then you feel better, and you win. And then you win a lot, and you're like, hey, man, it feels good to win, and then you keep winning. And so, yeah, but it's not, you have to, but part of it, and to tie Quiver's point back in, those steps need to be stressful they are inherently stressful steps, you know? Because if they're not stressful and they're way too easy, then you don't feel like you've won. So at some point, you need to feel like you've actually made more improvement, you know? So the managing that's the tough part. How much should you do? How much should you not do? That's a complicated question. That's a tough one. Y'all playing more, boy? Yeah. There's a lot of good... Well, I'm probably too tired for that. Mage is going to play Minecraft. Yo, that mage was top damage overall. That mage actually does damn. It's good. It's good. Oof, I have 18. It's very hard to play mage right, though. You very rarely see mage play right. Hey, hold up. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna go get a little snacky snack. I'll be right back. And the last season, he's good. Thank you. Oh, I never checked. It is. I mean, end of season 1. Oh, got you. Hold on, let me check something. I forgot. I realized I never checked this. Hey, primary result. Oh, got you. Coaching person. I was gonna check something. What was I doing? Oh, right. I was making a thumbnail, and I forgot to check it though. How do we feel about this one? I'm not sure how I think about this. I'm not sure how I feel about this thumbnail for the big video I want to make. I made like a tanking masterclass video, basically like an everything you need to know about tanking, and it's a really good one. But I'm not sure how I feel about this image, especially because it's not sized properly, so I need to resize it. Sometimes the AI images, they don't work very well. What do we feel about this? You tell me. You tell me what you think. Is this a good thumbnail, yes or no, for... You tell me. Big tank, more IO for a masterclass, everything you need to know about tanking video. What do you think? It's a bear. It's got the midnight symbol with a bear paw. It just says big tank, more IO, but it's a little off. It's not perfect, but I don't really like messing with it too much. It's just a little bit off size. What do you think? Yay or nay? Just big tank, more IO. I feel like it should just say how to tank. I'm always so bad at making the titles. I gotta be better at making like clickbait titles. This is the video. Is I debating. Well, let me go get a snack. What time is it? Ooh, why is it kind of late already? Why is it kind of late? It is kind of late. What to do from here? What to do? What would I like to do? I want to make a little snacky snack, and then... Oh. Did stream just restart for some reason? That's perfect, because I was about to end the stream anyways. Wait, did stream just restart? Bro, I was literally about to say that. Well, that works out. Oh, it did. Why? Did I click on a weird button? It says it's ended, right? Yeah, refresh it real fast. Oh, that's okay. Oh, it totally did, yeah. That's okay. I was about to say, I'm going to go to the gym tonight. I'm going to get some stuff done. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. No problem. I have for a snack. Probably some eggs and maybe like minced pork for fun. Oh, Liz is about to start. Fantastic. I wish I could have rated her with more, but oh well. I think she's playing. What's she playing right now? Let's go raid Liz the Fantastic. It's her birthday stream and she's great. She's a good streamer. I introduce you to her. If you don't know her. She's not really a World of Warcraft player. It's the Fantastic. Boom. Yeah. Deuces. Alright, see you guys later. King, thank you, by the way, for the donation earlier. It really will match whatever stream actually generated today. It's kind of crazy. You would think that's not true, but I can show you the stats, and it's like, huh. Yeah, yeah. So stuff like that really does help. I appreciate it. All right, see you. Heal, thanks for coming to say hi. I appreciate it. All right, I'll leave you off with Liz. She's really cool. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. See you there. Bye. Every day. Ooh, the music. Music's perfect. Music is so good. Oh. Oh, the music was from the raid. Oh, that was the music. LOL. My stream reset. Right? My stream reset right before the red's a terrible time. All right. You have a fantastic stream. Fantastic birthday. I wish you luck. 24-hour stream. I've never done it before. Okay. GG's.